Okay, hello everyone. Just taking a little minute to set some stuff up here. We are doing a custom event, special fight night, which you may or may not have heard. We've got the event thing pinned here in the chat, so you can go ahead and hop in here. Custom rule set and stuff. I'm just finishing setting up the lobbies and things right now, hanging out in the Discord call, although I am currently muted so that you don't get deafened by the lovely noise of all the people who have come out. We did not expect this many people, so it's a bit interesting as we're getting everything set up now. Let me just make sure I've got all of the settings set right for this. Uniform teams would be 800 point limit here. Let me see, where is it? Right, I have to set the game mode to capture the flag. There we are. So, all right. So we're seeing some players trickling in here now. I may accidentally deafen a lot of you, but I am going to open up the Discord call and listen to that lovely cacophony of noise.
Hold on, I forgot to set the max players. Okay, try again now.
All right, lobby number 2 is up. Y'all heard the password earlier and y'all know the rules, so hop on in now if you want.
Try again on number
Is
1.
lobby 1 also going to be recorded, like lobby 2?
I'm not going to be streaming it or anything. Well, I mean, I guess I could if people want to watch.
At the very least, you can stream it to the Discord. We have quite a few people in channel right now. And there is quite a few people in channel chat. It's rather funny.
Sorry, you both talked at once. What was that, Martinez?
You need to untick uniform.
Oh, I see
aren't
now.
we
It's the
doing
giant coral
uniform
map
team
because it's submarine.
Yes, uniform teams is part of the rule set that we established. Alliance versus OSB.
Yeah. We could try a split up one. Like a split up. We could try mixed factions later, but for now I want to try uniform because that's how kind of I designed the rules around.
How did you guys manage to fit so many things on your ships?
What do you mean? Missiles take up so many fucking points.
Yeah, only 800.
Yeah, like, I mean, people...
Okay, so, alright.
I think I might have focused too hard on, like, the internal, like, rooms.
Oh, yeah. My internals are, like, very bad.
There were 2 with a 50-50, so join up.
All right, folks. Submarine Night lobby number 2. I've currently got 4 on ANS. I've got 4 on OSB. Do we want to make this a 5v5? Going once, going twice. You can join right now. Otherwise, we're going to get this thing started.
I'm currently waiting with the mod. Give me a sec.
I've got a connection error. Hi, I'm sad.
Yeah, I don't think the large lobbies mod is working. Like, it says you can go above 10, but, like, when people try to join, like, the 11th and 12th player try to join, it just gives them an error.
It's definitely capping out at 5.
Ah, that's unfortunate. I was hoping the large mod would actually fix that. Okay, well, I'm
think
going to
you
run
need a
4v4
large
Submarine mod number 2, so if everyone here is ready up, we're going to split you guys into channels so that we have discrete comms.
So, question. All right.
We have a 5v4.
Can I organize this for a second? So, hold on. I need to organize this for a second. All right. Everyone in lobby 2, please go to Team Fires and get out of here. Just so I can see who's left over. Everyone in lobby 2, go to Team Fires.
In my lobby, Team Fires, let's go.
Hello.
All right. There we are. Hello, Evignan. All right, we'll get this on in a few seconds, just letting Lone Wolf figure out all that stuff, because, I mean, hey, juggling a lot of eggs is a little bit difficult for him.
Yeah, hopefully this winds up being pretty fun. It looks interesting, at least.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes down. I'm a little disappointed that the Giant Coral Large mod didn't end up working.
Hey, Neko, I dragged you. I fucked up. Team Fires has a 6-player limit on it. You need to go to Team Bread.
All right, thank you.
Get those guys back to Team Bread.
Will do. Okay, guys, slight change of plans. We are going to Team Bread because there's a 6-player limit on this one. So hop up to Bread, please. Thank you. Yep, so please join Team Bread. We need to, because Team Fire says 6-player limit.
I see. Bread.
For the bread.
I hate
Minor stream scuffage, everyone. We'll get underway shortly.
I
Don't
hate
worry.
having to keep switching between push to talk and just my regular talk.
It's just not worth talking in general. Just straight up. Don't do it.
All right, so if everyone has their fleets finalized, I would like everyone to please ready up. We'll get this game underway and go from there.
Okay. How are we divvying up?
Oh, wait, can we have 1 victory point? With 3 victory points, it's just annihilation with extra steps.
All right. I can lower that down if we want. I was just going by the default capture the flag rules that we had here. I don't know if we decided which one that would be for point limit.
Literally, so every time I've played Capture the Flag, alright, if victory points are more than 1, it is just annihilation with extra steps.
Alright. Sit tight for 1 sec. I'm gonna go ask Lone Wolf about that, because he'll probably want to know. So, hang on 1 moment.
Yep.
I figured
Where the heck did he go?
Defense.
Oh, Lord of Toasters, thank you for the raid. We're currently setting up for Nebulous Fleet Command and stuff. 1 moment.
I'm very excited.
Lone Wolf, you here?
Hi.
We just were asking,
If
what do you want
somebody-
the... Break, please. We just were asking, what do you want the point limit to be set for Capture the Flag? Do we want 3 victory points? Do we want 1?
We usually do 2. We usually do 2.
Alright, 2 it is. Thank you.
I
I'll be
believe
back in
that's
Team
my
Red.
memory. Yeah. Right. Good luck.
Alright, everyone, we're going to change it down to 2 victory point then.
Nah, that's still
Okay.
just... Okay, whatever.
Yep. It's there so you don't just have one person cap out and then that's the game. This gives you a little bit of leeway back and forth. And yeah, hopefully it'll be good.
The time it would take for 1 destroyer to go back and forth.
We're going to try it with 2
Talking, I
points.
can
If we
barely
have to
hear
end
them.
up switching over to 1 point for the next match, we will do so. But if everyone is ready, let's get this thing underway. We can split into discrete team comms if you would all like.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I'm going to have Team 1 go to Team Diamonds and Team 2 to Team Donuts, please. Thank you. All right. Whew, let us get this underway. Also, meant to say, Lord of Toasters, thank you for raiding. Welcome to the stream and stuff. We're just doing a little bit of scufflage here. How are you doing? I hope you are having fun. And we're going to get this lobby underway. Just going to ask this last guy to ready up and whatnot. It is a custom lobby, so everyone here should be on the same page for the event and stuff. We've got a special event on, which I will describe a little bit here. You can see the special rules are pinned currently in my chat there, so you can go ahead and look those up on the main Nebulous Discord. The idea is that this is a event where it's mimicking submarine warfare, hence the giant coral map, which we're going to drop into right now. Each player has about 800 points. It's going to mainly be destroyers versus monitors, as I understand, 1 ship limit. So we're going to see some very limited warfare in the sense that they basically only got torpedoes. They have no point defense turrets. I believe they're allowed 1 chaff box and stuff. See there, Toaster? I am doing very good. So this is going to be the map Giant Coral. It looks a little bit weird right now because of the lighting and stuff in the tactical view, but we're going to see how this goes down. You can see the Atlas and Boxer base, so there's going to be a capture the flag mechanic going on here. We're going to be doing this as a 4v4. This is the first time we've run this for a long time, so we're going to see how it plays out and whatnot. Players now dropping in here and here. I don't know exactly where the deploy zones are on this map, but I will offer commentary as best I can. A lot of this is going to be strictly who can missile and then counter missile, who can missile and counter missile accordingly. So we may see some silly things such as anti-missile torpedoes, which are normally kind of a meme. But at the same time, in scenarios like this, where it's mainly torp warfare, having a torpedo that can shoot down an incoming torpedo can actually be worth it. So we might see some of that. We might see some other silliness come through. It's just going to be an interesting event, and I predict it is going to be incredibly scuffed, and I'm looking very forward to it. So let's get this thing on the road, shall we? Well, metaphorically speaking, it's not exactly a road underwater. See the kind of weird terrain here as we drop in. Lovely blue skybox of the underwater world that is Giant Coral. Giant Coral is a map, I will certainly say. Playing it, it looks very pretty and interesting, but gameplay-wise, it can be a little bit, well, it's a very open map, so we'll go with that. See, dropping in here, we have a monitor with, I'm not sure exactly what that is on the front. I believe that's a Dazzler. Yes, Dazzler for the electronic warfare. You can see each team is all monitors and all destroyers. So, respectively, we're going to see here, coming in for Sir Poopit, we've got a nice little missile boat. I believe only 1 missile launcher on this. Yep, looks like 1 missile launcher with an illuminator and whatnot. Let's see. Delgran down here has a Dazzler, a missile launcher, a Bloodhound, and another missile launcher going for 2 MLS-3s in their chaff box. Let's take a look. Top Racer has 1, 2, 3 MLS-3s, an Illuminator, and Bellbird Jammer. And lastly, we have Danchi down here, who has a Blackjack Dazzler, an Illuminator, chaff box, and 2 torpedo launchers. So, it's torps all the way down, folks. Over on the other side for the ANS team, we have the 8-ball here, has a Pinard in the nose, and a whole bunch of missile launchers along with the chaff box, and I believe a Illuminator down there. Yep, nice to see. Major letdown here. We've got the Illuminator on the backside and the Shin here. Very interesting, doubling up on those. Floodlight and Spotlight, so getting some of the wide band, so like big cone and also the narrow one for that extra range. Got double pinards here trying to detect enemy radar emissions. They have some torpedo launchers, as one would expect, and the obligatory chaff box. In this case, we have an interrupt jammer, very good, although I believe that CMD missiles are disabled for Alliance. It is not so for the OSP, so they can take their command torpedoes, which in turn will be jammed by this. VLS-3 launchers all across it, along with the chaff box, a blanket jammer. And then lastly, for Pain Machine over here, we have got 2 hang-up jammers, the VLSs across the top, and a chaff box in the nose here. So that is about the current state of the fleets right now. Let's just zoom out and take a look. It is capture the flag, so they will be trying to run flags back and forth here. We have a 2 cap to win situation, so we will see how that goes down. We might end up lowering this down to just 1 cap to win. As we can take a look here, you can see that these are fairly large maps, and these are fairly slow ships. So although this one is cruising along, I believe with a sun drive. Yes, taking the sun drive to get that extra speed. Sun drive is very nice, but it is very fragile, so it comes with a cost in that regard. That said, if you get hit by a torpedo, it's probably going to break anyway, so see them now cruising along here. This map reminds me a lot of Subnautica, which is a game I very much enjoy, so I'm looking forward to seeing some submarine warfare going down here. I've had a couple ideas about mimicking submarine warfare, and this event is definitely one of the ones that kind of tickles that fancy, so to see how things get along and going. You see the ships here. One of them staying a little bit further back in formation as it's trying to turn, I believe, and catch up to the rest of them. Has a prowler drive, giving it a very low signature versus these ones, which appear to have whiplash, trying to go for that extra speed. So different strategies being showcased here. Some people deciding to try and be incredibly stealthy, going for that whole silent running approach. Others deciding that they need the extra speed to get places and are going to be moving towards the enemy. This will take a little bit here as they drive towards each other. Not really much to say for the moment, but I hope that everyone is doing great today. We can just take a big old look from above. Although the map is called Giant Coral, just the size and nature of it makes me feel like this is kind of a fishbowl or something. And that this is just a little bit of terrain. These are the itty-bitty little fishes. I do kind of like that aesthetic, the miniaturized size of things. I'm a big fan ever since I played some custom maps back, and I want to say it was like Gary's Mod or something, a Toy Box server, just the idea that you're this little miniature thing just kind of floating around, like very big things, like you get a map made out of like little building blocks that have numbers and letters on them, or you're shrunken down to like Army Man, toy soldier size. I kind of feel that way when I look at this map, because it is like the Giant Coral sort of aesthetic. Over here we can see the base pinging in the little dark corner recess here. So you don't normally see the bases. Sea base, see what I did there? I do think that this asset is kind of cool, and I actually wish that these would be implemented into some more of the base game. They're currently only in station capture or capture the flag. I think it's a interesting asset seeing these little listening posts, and it gives you a bit more feedback about the battle space. So I would love to see some things like if you have, say, a map where instead of having a capture point, you have to zoom out into the tactical view to see like these points here. You can also get a visual sense in like first person where it's like, oh, there's a building over there. That's something that is important. Just little listening satellites or something like it. So not much to really talk about in the meantime as we just kind of look at the fleets going across here. You see them kind of splitting off a little bit here, trying to expand their sensor coverage. Some of them electing to go close to these coral reefs here, trying to hug along this. The goal is, of course, to run 2 flags, but it is most likely going to end in a domination victory, so we'll see how that kind of thing goes down. Domination being referring to the annihilation of the enemy team, or them deciding to throw in the towel. Both teams are on comms, so they should be pretty good at coordinating. We see one of them hanging back here kind of as the point guard goalie, trying to dissuade anyone from doing a cap. So this is an investment, meaning that they will only have 3 ships in the front line, but the ANS team has sort of done a similar thing where their prowler ship is hanging back as well. You can see them now rotating to this area over here, covering the kind of approach towards the base capture station thing. So not much really to talk about, although ANS team is on track now, as we see here. So if we take a look, I believe only Sir Poopit. Yes, Sir Poopit is here. They are not the one with the Bloodhound. That would be, yes, Delgran has the Bloodhound there. I don't believe that search radars are allowed. I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure if that is covered under the rules section, but I believe that the Bloodhound is under the approved thing. So we're seeing a ship here diving straight towards the Atlas point, now coming onto track and seeing 3 of the enemies. So they're a little bit outside of torpedo range right now. As you can see, there's quite a few torpedoes in the cells here. They're going to have to make their shots count. Torpedoes are very good at knocking out systems and whatnot, although I believe that with the monitor's damage reduction, high explosive impact cannot technically kill it. That said, it can effectively mission kill it. So with the reinforced CIC, you won't knock that out, but you can knock out all of the power and drives and stuff, and also the restores. So that'll be that. Oh, Crystal's here, asking for a meow. All right, you'll get that in a second. As you can tell, I am the Nebulous Catboy in question. So we're seeing the cam and trap from Sir Poopit diving heroically towards the point here. ANS team moving to rotate and intercept. We're going to see how that goes down. Believe that 8-Ball should be able to handily cut them off here. So we're just going to see how this develops. You see them now also going a little bit over the rock here. The Pagan Mint deciding to hang back towards Boxer Base and now deciding that it wants to move itself up to counter the enemy since they have managed to scout out 3 of their 4 destroyers. 8-Ball over here nicely staying masked because they have a track on the enemy. They're able to rotate and get themselves positioned accordingly. So they're setting up to essentially intercept here. We're going to see most likely the first torpedo go down. A burn through on top racers over here. That is the first torp in the water of the game as the ANS team launches as well. Semi-active homing pillums here. So these are going to be illuminated here as you see, jamming to try and counteract. They have a offset lock on though, so this should be able to stay good and true. Seeing the Blow Kiss and the Pillum Block 3 going out here. Space Seal torpedo launch. That's a ARAD Wake Validator. Interesting combo. Can be countered by turning off the radar. That said, torpedoes are out. That is 1, 2, 3. Good hits onto the cam and trap. This thing is heavily suffering. So as you see here, the Sun Drive is knocked out. The Reinforced Drive, however, is still alive. Nice little trick there with the reinforced components. You are able to essentially not die to torpedoes. That said, ANS, I believe, has a HEC-P or the ability to kill off some of the restorers and such. So seeing heavy missile damage going in here. We saw a torpedo go off there. I believe yes, the Blow Kiss appears to have missed there. That said, Sir Poopit is in a lot of trouble as they've just taken crippling damage. You can see their damage control board is just completely destroyed here. They have the complex, the reinforced CIC, and the reinforced drive still up, so technically this ship is not dead. With that said, though, they're having a hell of a time, so they might be able to limp back into this. We see the Green November here taking cover as the Blow Kiss over here, which kind of... Is that? No way. Hang on. Did they just not put Seekers in this? You mad lads. That's interesting. Okay, that is quite literally the biggest rocket I have ever seen. It has no Seekers. That is kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to see now the destroyers hiding into cover here. They're trying to position themselves so that enemy shots cannot get a direct line on them, kind of assessing the incoming threats and whatnot. More torpedoes out in the water. These are the CMD Homon jams. So you're going to take a look around. You see that yellow ball there intercepting these CMD type. However, the Homon jam means that they will fly straight and true even though they are not receiving a good CMD lock. So let's see how close this gets. Ooh, barely missing by a hair there as the torpedoes zoom off and are most likely going to impact into the coral or just detonate after they reach their maximum flight limit. So first evasion is going to go to the ANS team there, wisely using that comms jamming asset along with their team. You see the active decoys also being shed to try and seduce those along with some chaff clouds here. More torpedoes are going out here. We've got the what's this, semi-active homing with EOVal. Man, you see just anything with Seeker combos. It's a very interesting event here. OSP desperately pine to chop chaff. My words are failing me, but yeah, they're trying to pop chaff here. Illuminator is apparently locked onto the chaff or not at all, so those two are going to whiz by just barely. In return, torpedoes are out here. You're seeing the Space Whale and EO active just flying off into, I'm not entirely sure where, may have been fired to lead against the Pagan Myth. Bunch of time on target strikes here as they are both coordinating their fire. 3, 2, 1, let's see it. This thing is in for a world of hurt. Ooh, barely missing these things. One hit into the chin here as they all go low and barely swing around. So not the worst you could get, honestly. A respectable hit, don't get me wrong, but we were expecting a lot more damage given that it is in fact a torpedo strike. So some of these warheads may be looping around. In this case, some of them actually going back towards some of their launch platforms, so that's a little bit concerning. ANS is taking more torpedo hits here by the looks of it. Seeing the semi-active Homon jams going after this thing. This may be good. Let's take a look, see. Will it hit? Oh, just barely, narrowly missing it, going after the chaff cloud. In return, torps to their trouble. Oh, Top Racer taking another crippling hit here. That is a whole lot of torps out in the water flying towards this thing. Yeah, this is not going to be good for them. That said, with the reinforced CIC, the damage control complex, and the reinforced drive, yeah, even with the reinforced magazine, I don't believe that they can actually kill the OSP assets. They can mission kill them for a while and keep them like heavily legged in this sense, but that's kind of the quirk of the high explosive impact with the 20% damage reduction of the monitor hull. I might have to mention that between games, because I just realized that unless they bring like a HEC-P torpedo, I don't believe ANS can actually kill off any of the monitor. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's very interesting. Okay. Why did that? They must have used up their restorers. Okay, so you can bleed them out. You just need to have them use up their restorers to bring your power supply back online. That said, the reinforced drive should be... Oh, they ran out of teams. That's what they've done. Okay, so instead of killing them by taking out the various components here, which are still alive, they've instead managed to kill off all of the damage control teams. That is going to be a very different angle here, because the Monitor, it technically cannot lose those components because of the way damage threshold and damage reduction works. But as we see here, Top Racer is knocked out first. Sir Poopit is going to be screaming after them. He has taken quite a bit of damage as well. You can see the DC Complex does still have its restores, but there's 3 damage control teams, and if they go down, that's going to be it. Heavily crippled here. No radar, no sun drive. We have torpedoes out in the water, and Act EO Validator slamming home into this thing, redding out pretty much everything again is mission inoperative for the moment. Some more missiles coming out here. Ooh, good CMD hit into the side, taking out some of this pancake stack. There goes the large restore. That is all of the restores on board this ship, so any damage you see now is permanent. The berthing and rapid are gone, although that is kind of to be expected along with the track correlators and some thrusters. This ship did take a missile hit earlier, but this one much more impactful as any damage is now permanent. Another torpedo out for good measure. Not sure exactly where this one is going, just seems to be position fired over this direction. May have been an error there, nope, looks like it was cruise pathing. I assume they just were trying to cruise path and did not get a good lock on it. We're seeing now more missiles going out, kicking the body while it is down. Some missiles in return. The final measure, semi-active homing with Wake Validator going out here. Whoosh, let us see it. These look like they are validating. Yes, no, maybe so. Interesting. That's odd. The Eliminator does look like it is on target. I am not sure why this decided to go after the Chaff Cloud. Instead, possibly had gone after the Wake there. I don't believe that active decoys emit a Wake signature, so that's interesting. Here we see, oop. Oh, it is good. Quick target correction. I'm not sure actually how they managed to... Wait, hang on a second. Is that Wake Seeker? That is Wake Seeker. That's why. Oh, that is very interesting. So in this case, we saw the Green November had its drive firing out energy there into the abyss of whatever is this planet. So in that case, the Wake Seeker decided to loop around and do exactly what Wake Seekers do. They sniffed for spaceship parts and found that thing's drive. These ones now deciding, hey, there's something over here. Watch them now as they curve and loop around trying to find them. Unfortunately, they do overshoot here. That said, this Wake Torpedo now coming out here, I really like seeing the Wake Torpedoes because they're quite interesting heat seekers in this weird sort of abyssal expanse that we're going off here. Bunch of other torpedoes swinging and missing. Return volley for their trouble. ANS did take a hit there that they are recovering from, but at the same time, OSP is down 2 players. Seeing the Pilum Block 3 is coming out here. Active radar with EO Val. Can't really jam that, unfortunately, in time. Even with the Dazzler, I don't believe that they have enough chaff, or if they did have chaff, it has been taken out now, unfortunately. So heavy crippling damage here. All of the mounts really kind of going down. Do they have any more torpedoes? They do have quite a few torpedoes and 1 launcher platform somewhere left on the ship, I believe. MLS-3 launcher, although I can't quite see it on this. Probably on the side. There it is, yes. So they do have a singular launcher still there. You see Top 10 Racer decide to throw in the towel and surrender as they have only 1 ship. And, well, they are out of the game and have been for about 5 minutes now. Some more return fire coming out here as the Pagan Mint is trying to pop chaff. Probably going to end up being a ANS victory here, but don't count your chickens yet, as quite a few of these ships are kind of running out of their torpedoes and such. So, assuming the OSP team can weather the storm and correctly chaff, here we see those ones running out because I believe they ran out of fuel, not enough time to get onto target. Return volley for their measure. Some of these might end up going into rocks. Yes, oh, that's unfortunate. You hate to see that. Most likely these were direct fired onto that track, and then trying to lead for that, they end up going into the rock. Reactor detonation going off there, so the nowhere to run is now, well, just nowhere. Seeing now another missile volley coming in here. Crippling damage being dealt to the OSP team, so I am saying that ANS is heavily favored, but OSP could potentially make a comeback with some good crippling torpedo strikes. That is kind of the nature of torpedoes, where once you get a really, really good hit on a target, they can go down incredibly fast. In this case, we see the basic CIC here for the ANS means that if this thing gets knocked, it is pretty much dead. It does not have any restores, so this is running very, I would say kind of risky, but at the same time, you need all of the budget you can get to afford your offensive weaponry, so it's one of the cases of trying to play as greedy as you possibly can. OSP is trying to hug the rock here, defending their point as we see the Green November making its way towards the base here. So in this case, Sir Poopit and Top 10 Racer unfortunately have been knocked out of the running. Delgran and Danchi are both heavily suffering here. In this case, Danchi does not actually have any missile launchers left. I believe that these may have burned down or otherwise been taken out by another system. Did not see a torpedo strike, unfortunately. So yes, I'm going to say that this burned down because wasn't it... no, this was the one that had a working missile launcher. Okay, so in this case, not really much that the ANS team has to worry about, as there's only 1 torpedo launcher left. I don't know if they have a radar working or not. Let's see, where would a radar be? So they have the long-range search radar here. They have scryer, ammo elevator. I'm not seeing a radar in any of these systems. So I believe that they are flying blind. Yep, that is going to be them throwing in the towel. Going to give them a GG, and we're going to hop back into the lobby. All right, so let's go ahead and find a place where we can meet up with them. Just going to hop into the various teams and grab them. 1 second.
Welcome, welcome.
Nice job, folks.
Okay.
Report to Team Daggers once we're done there.
Okay.
Let's see now. Nice job, folks. We're going to be meeting up in Team Daggers. And so we're going to hop back into the Discord. Thank you, everyone, for playing and whatnot. Wait for people to jump in. I'll check in with Not So Lone Wolf wherever he's jumped off into.
Yeah, that one. That one. I'm surprised you guys missed so many.
We had so many comms jammers, and they took much command. So
yeah, but still, I'm surprised that the backups didn't kick in.
It was very interesting to watch the submarine warfare kind of angle go off. There was a great moment where a wake torpedo overshot one and then came around and then managed to hit another one in the drive. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that was crazy. I thought it was out.
It's kind of interesting seeing like how the mechanics of this work, right? Because with reinforced CICs and damage control complex and stuff in the monitor, technically you can't die to high explosive impact. But we did see all the damage control teams get knocked out for top 10 Racer, so...
I also lost all my DCs. Those got wiped out in the first barrage.
Who was the person that brought like 50 million torpedoes?
I think that would be everyone in this lobby.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all of us.
No, I mean, I saw somebody who just kept firing the entire match.
So, if we... Okay, well, top 10 Racer had a lot. He had 33, but he didn't get to fire most of them because he just got completely smashed.
Right, folks, sit tight. I'm going to get another lobby up in a second. I'm just going to go check with Lone Wolf and report back in how we found that, and then go from there, okay?
Yeah, tell him to do 1 victory point.
All right.
Yeah, I lost about...
No.
Hey, Lone Wolf. We just finished up our first match. Was ANS victory.
Oh, that was quick.
Already?
Yep. Yeah, it went fast. They never even got on the cap points. It just went to annihilation.
I don't think we've had a single hit this game.
Right. Yep. I'm going to host another lobby then with the same guys I've got and go from there, okay?
Yep.
One bring on it. This one.
Yeah,
42. That 36. Yeah, 42 missiles.
How do I say your name? I'm going to say Emmy. Emmy, thank you for the follow. I'm going to just set up a game here.
That explains it, because every time I looked in your direction, I saw more missiles flying.
Yeah. Problem was, one of y'all had... Whoever I was firing at, I think it was Nautilus, was the one I was firing at mostly. Did you have the disco ball or something? Because my track was all over, so I kept stormtroopering you with the missiles.
Alrighty, folks. Submarine Night number 4 is up. Password's the same as last time, so hop on in here. Folks on Twitch, I think I can get away with not running an ad. I tried to do those only when we would otherwise have to put up with like intermission-y stuff and getting in the way of it. Is Nebulous but Submarine this time? Yes, this is a custom event, Submarine Night 2024 we're calling it. So each team is running only a single ship, a 800-point limit. So they're trying to do basically torpedoes only, no point defense turrets. It's very limited scope for that, but it's also quite interesting playing within those limits.
Team, like, coordinates doing a disco ball, I think we could do mixed teams.
Alright, do y'all want to try mixed teams going out this time, or do we want to play the same rules as last time?
I'm fine with any.
Yeah, I'm fine with whatever.
I want to see mixed teams.
Alright, tell you what, I'm going to turn off uniform team factions. You can shuffle yourselves around as you please, and then we'll just try that out and see how that goes.
Yeah.
It's my lobby, and I can do my own thing. Haha.
I'm shuffling into a spectator.
Right. We will need some more people. I unfortunately did not wake up in time to get a fleet together for this, so...
Just steal one of the templates.
Yeah, that's what I grabbed last time. The templates are alright.
Might have to take a look at that. I was also enjoying doing the commentary Eye in the Sky stuff, so...
Oh yeah, that's always quite fun.
Who's the one sitting in spectator rather than a team?
That'd be Ziggurat, I believe.
Yeah, so I'm very new to the game, and I wanted to watch and learn before actually jumping in.
All right. This is, again, a custom event, so what you see here is probably not reflective of your average Neb game. But
is this Submarine Group 4?
Yep, this is Submarine Group 4. We've got one more slot open.
Yeah, we're waiting for one more.
Okay, so I can't join?
You can absolutely join. Hop on in. There's a slot open.
What's the password?
Password's 123.
As you see, it's very safe.
Yes, very safe. Ultimately secure.
Not even the CIA could hack it.
I'm noticing a bit of a pattern here with.
Have I seen the new devlog? Yes, I have seen the new devlog. It looks
not even the CIA could hack this server.
All right, so a break for a quick sec. Here's the rules. Capture the flag. 1 victory point limit, so you can do a cap out victory. Probably going to be annihilation again, like we saw last game. We are not running uniform factions this time because you all said it could be cool. So hey, let's try it out. See how it goes down. If everyone is ready, we can get into the game then.
I'm just noticing that everybody
load us accordingly.
I'm just noticing that everybody's saying NS in here pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everybody wants to play the.
I will point out OSP having the Dazzler is kind of an asset you could bring on your team for stuff. So
there's something I'm realizing now. Something I just realized for why non-uniform factions might be a bad idea.
Are you just thinking like Omni soft kill kind of thing?
No, I'm thinking about an EO. ANS doesn't have anything against that.
Well, in that sense, bringing like the outlying systems protectorate as the Dazzler for your team could be interesting than having to play around that.
If I'm gonna be a solo ANS, I'll do that.
Yeah, whoever's on team 1, please bring a Dazzler for us.
This is now. I will point out we are technically breaking the rules, but this could be interesting. So you know what? We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I can either bring a Dazzler or I can bring radar jamming, and I'm like,
It is a tough choice, eh?
Just let Jeff do the radar jamming for you.
At the same time, I think the normal rules, that were posted, are very ANS sided because, like what we just saw, we had one keystone with 1 disco ball, and it protected every single ship on that team from death.
Yeah, but that disco ball is so susceptible to ARAD, which OSB also has.
I don't believe ARAD goes after comms jamming.
Wait, that's comms. I thought you were talking about that.
There is some counters you can do with it, but it is a case of it's very easy to turn on the golf ball and just have that omnidirectional 4-kilometer comms jamming. So I do agree with the 8 ball on that point.
Albert is allowed, right?
I believe so. Let me double check the rules.
Sorry, what's allowed?
The ANS jammer, radar jammer.
Oh yes, blankets are allowed.
Okay. Meatballs.
Let's see. Fire control radars are prohibited, but not the parallax. All other electronic warfare equipment is allowed, including decoy containers. So there's your rules. You can only have a size 23, a VLS 1-23 with chaff and stuff. So only one of those.
Or the equivalent of one of those.
Yep. Alliance team cannot use CMD seekers, obvious reasons, because OSP has no soft kill without the Acello.
So
but we could because we're running a different lobby.
Useful, or should I just bring chaff?
Flares, as we saw last game, could actually have use, but
I got wake torpedo last game.
Flares can be useful, but they can also be replaced by just turning off the engine.
Yeah. It is your choice on how you want to equip your little chaff box and stuff like that. So
that was the only hit I took last game was from a wake.
Okay, we go back. My roommate's knocking on the door at me. Save.
Okay, if y'all just want to finish editing your stuff, I'm going to run a 3-minute ad on the Twitch stream that I got going for this, just that way we don't get anything interrupting the actual gameplay in that, and then you should all be ready to go. Sound good?
Oh, well, then I'm taking up this break then.
All right, yep, you got 3 minutes, make it happen. All right, so as I said, we're just going to go to quick intermission here, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Just going to run the ads so that nobody gets like interrupts or pre-rolls or anything like that. And yeah, we'll be back after whatever messages they give you. Yeah. I also have to go get my water. Alrighty, folks. Thank you for waiting. Just wanted to run that intermission so we didn't get interrupted. Gonna hop back into the Discord now.
Blow up.
Alright, are y'all folks ready?
Yeah,
We're playing Catan. Give us a break.
How do I exit Catan?
Okay, fair enough. I assume you split off into teams and stuff while I was gone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get the show on the road then. I'm gonna deafen myself on this channel. So, here we go. Dropping in now. So, we are doing this a little different than last time. We did have the station... I hope I set the capture limit right. I may have set the capture wrong. Either way, we're just gonna see how this goes. I forgot if I set the cap limit right. But, oh well. You know what? If I said it wrong and I didn't adjust it, maybe it's a bit of an oops. At the same time, we didn't see anyone capture last game, so it's just kind of spicy annihilation. Whatever. We'll see how this goes down. So, again, ANS and OSP now on mixed factioning here instead of just being ANS versus OSP like we saw last game. So, this is going to be a little more complicated because you've now got a whole different arsenal to deal with. The combination of ANS and OSP joining together, meaning that you have got Dazzlers and the lovely E70 Interrupt Golf Ball Jammer on the same teams. So, should be a big old torpedo fest. Watching our first destroyer dropping in here now. You can see the Pinard on the left side here. Probably another one on the right. I believe that we've seen this before. You see the giant coral in the Red Sea on Earth, allegedly. So, either our ships are very small, or this is in fact very big. I don't know how big the Red Sea is, but this could in fact just be a giant coral mass there. Kind of an interesting little bit coming off that one. Don't know why that caught my eye so much, but anyways, let's go ahead and introduce the team. Over here, Major Letdown is coming in with the Pompeii Magnus. You see a VLS on top and the bottom. I believe they've got, where is it? A Sputnik Illuminator on the chin, nothing on the back slot, going for the chaff box in the nose. Taking a look over here, Noodle Bowl is going on the OSP side. They've got an early warning radar here with a Dazzler. Chaff box, I believe, is on the bottom with your 2 missile launchers on the sides there. Top 10 racer coming in now. We got the canter launchers top and bottom. A golf ball on the nose. I'm sorry, that just looks really funny to me. Does this look funny to anyone else? It's like, it looks like it's got a little clown nose on it. Anyways, chaff box on the back here, seeing VLS is all across it. So going, I believe that's a 20 torp payload. Yep, that is a spicy meatball right there. So then we have XX Pain Machine XX. Does anyone else remember that era where everyone's name had like XX underscore something in it? That was a time on Xbox Live. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 VLS launchers here, and a chat box on the nose. Double hangups coming in again. What do I think of the new Logi ship, the Mercantor class? I think it's quite cool. I think logistics game is going to be quite interesting. I'm going to finish introducing these players, and then I'm going to go down through the kind of talk about the logistics and new update. Anyways, over here we're seeing a ANS destroyer on the orange team for 8 ball. We got missile launchers all across this thing, along with, I believe that's a spotlight on the chin, Pinard on the nose, chaff box on the back. So that'll be a 20 torp payload, different variants there. Danchi down here has got the clown nose style again, going with the illuminator on the side here, spotlight 2, 3 VLS, a chaff box on the back, as one would expect, and a blanket jammer on the chin. Actually, yes, 1, 2, 3 missile launchers there, so a total of, should be, I want to say, 15 torps there? Huh, all right. And we have Delgrand here with, ooh, torpedo launcher turrets. That's a little different. You normally don't see these, but I suppose in this game, they, I don't know. I think that the canter and vertical launchers are still better, but I do kind of like seeing the differences here. So go with torp launcher in the nose, 2 blanket jammers on the sides here, chaff box on the back, and a illuminator on the belly there. And lastly, Sir Poopit coming in a marvelous pink. I love that emblem. That is beautiful there. They've got a Dazzler missile launcher on the nose. Which jammer is that? That is the Bellbird jammer on the chaff box below. So they're coming in here with 20 torps there. So yeah. Xbox 360, yeah, that kind of thing with the XX. So anyways, we're going to take a look at the battle space. OSP in this time deciding to drop over here, maybe going for a wide rush around to try and get the flag and then run it back. It is 1 cap, 2 wins, so they need to cap that flag and then run it back. In this case, OSP... Well, I can't actually call them ANS and OSP now. We're going to call them the blue and orange teams, respectively. So, blue team deciding to drop far on the left. So, we saw last time they dropped in the middle section here, and OSP had dropped there. They kind of met here. There was a lot of carnage and missiles going back and forth between them. In this case, both teams deciding to instead go for kind of a wide flank around route, depending on their drop location. So, we may see both teams end up grabbing the flag and then try and run it back and meet in the middle here. So, that'll give us a little bit of time to talk. Yeah. As for the logistics update and stuff, I'm quite looking forward to that. because for a long time I played a game called Foxhole, which is a very interesting persistent World War game. So in that game, basically everything you make in the war is, well, player made, player used, and all that stuff. So you can like make rifle ammo at a factory, and then you have to deal with how do I ship that, how do I get to places. So the logistics side of my brain is tickled fancily by the idea of like, okay, I've got this Logi tender ship. I need to figure out how do I properly supply my fleets if I'm playing with a whole team, because it's probably going to be made up of teams. It's like, yep, let's do our little campaign thing here. You've got your guy who is doing a bunch of your like coordination, like here's how this battle group is going to go off this direction. Here's how this group is going to go over here. You got another dude doing logistics, planning how you're going to like have enough of the, I don't know, like bread and 120 and fuel and whatever supplied to your ships. I think it's quite an interesting sort of strategic depth to it, and it's a way to explore different facets of how people like grand strategy, because I know some players are big fans of the kind of like, I need to figure out all my logistics chain and get my supply routes up and everything's set up perfectly for that, doing the economy side to it. Other people are more interested in the tactical kind of gameplay where you're wanting to just, you know, make individual micro decisions like, all right, this battle group will go here and cut off the enemy logistics. This battle group will capture this refinery. Just kind of seeing that kind of gameplay. So the tender ship, it is ugly in a good way. I think the thrusters on it look very strange with the way it's got them like sticking out the back, but it does kind of make sense because they don't want to have like thrusters accidentally washing across the side of a battleship. So its design does make sense, and I did like the way that Mazer did his explanations for its design and stuff. So not really much happening this game. Again, kind of wish that I could hit the fast forward button and make this go a little quicker. Giant Coral is, as the name implies, giant. We're just looking at it in the tactical view here as see the little, what is this thing? The Frisian Ghost, I believe it's called, has a reinforced drive, does not have the sun drive, so it is falling behind a bit. I believe that these would have whiplash. Yep, that is a whiplash there. Over here on the Pompeii Magnus, we have whiplash, and then over here we have a prowler. Okay, so even so, they are moving a little bit faster than this thing. Monitor is not exactly known for their speed, neither are destroyers, but this guy's just kind of seeing, well, pretty much just a opposite rotation. This will happen sometimes in games where you just happen to drop heavily on one side, your enemy drops heavily on the other. You just don't see each other for the first quarter of the game. You can see them now slowing down a little bit, trying to let their slower assets keep up here. I believe that these are running prowlers. Yep, so prowlers limiting their speed. In this case, this thing is double sun drive. Oh my god, this is the fastest monitor that the West has ever seen. Like, seriously though, this thing is just cruising along. Look at that. 2 sun drives. I don't know how fast that actually takes your monitor, because it's got like a, I want to say it's got like a base 20 meters a second, so that's almost like a 50% buff on top of that. I want to say this monitor can get up to like, what? Let's see, at flank speed, that would be 30 plus 50%. Can this thing go like 40 or 44, 45? That would be very interesting. Anyways, we're seeing the ANS ship here kind of like cruising alongside it. This thing has a whiplash as well, so it's pretty quick. Very interesting seeing just the kind of strange builds that 800 point limit, torpedo only will generate for you. It makes me hope for like certain things. I don't know necessarily like a limited warfare game mode, but just maybe like certain environmental hazards where it could mean that you can only use certain devices or weapons or stuff like that. I really do look forward to when they eventually add gas clouds to the game, which I believe is a feature that they have intended or something akin to it. Just basically like a big atmospheric disturbance area, might mess up some radar tracking or stuff, or it's something you can hide in. I'll compare the game a little bit to Battlefleet Gothic, which is a very good game and I highly recommend people play. That thing has asteroid fields which you can travel through, which will damage your ship a little bit, but also can hide them. It's got gas clouds, which is the same, so you need to carefully scout out those things. So it's kind of a way to provide concealment, but not exactly cover. So I look forward to a bunch of the other sort of like anticipated features. But again, everything is subject to change. Don't take what you see as what it will be forever. It is an early access title. Quite literally everything that we have here, while it may not get like a full rework, it still could end up getting sent through the blender a few times over. So until devlog came out in Conquest, but the intelligence officer would be full Oni UNSC style. Yeah, intelligence officer style sounds quite interesting. How fast is this thing? Yeah, it's going 44, the fastest monitor you ever saw. Look at this thing and its cool little sunglasses going zoom. Seriously though, who has seen a monitor move 44 meters a second? That is a fast boy. Yeah, I like the idea for Conquest mode of the sort of intelligence where you have to adapt to what your enemy is doing, because I won't say that the Neb skirmish game is exactly static or not, but it has a sort of slower revolving door where something comes into power and then the counter to that starts rising up. So like if everyone thinks that, cruise missiles are bad, then they're probably not going to be teching against cruise missiles. Since someone comes along with a cruise missile fleet and then ends up dumpstering somebody like that, now you have to adapt, okay, they're going heavy into cruise missiles, let's get some more point defense and soft kill and stuff to counter that. And then in turn, they adapt by just not taking those cruise missiles and instead go heavily into a gunfight. So you've spent a whole bunch of points on soft kill and point defense that just don't end up working. It's going to be very interesting, kind of the rock, paper, scissors cycling that goes through that. And I expect Conquest to be doing it a little bit faster as, well, everything you're going to do in that game is going to be a little bit lagging behind. Like, you're going to make a change to your ships. They're going to get sent to the refit docks. They're going to have all their new stuff implemented and then rolled out. And then the thing that they were meant to counter is probably not going to be there anymore, or at least in some lesser degree, because they're going to see that, well, the counter for it is rolling out, or that they've needed to adapt that ship to counter something else. We're seeing a bit of a base trade going on here. The Cannon Trap cruising at best speed, and the I Hear Everything zooming along as well. I'm assuming both teams are realizing now that the respective faction that they are facing off against, I keep calling them kind of factions, as I'm used to the very symmetrical OSP ANS kind of divide, but in this case, the blue and orange have not seen each other. The bases are unguarded. They did not elect to leave a goalie behind to do anything there. I would say possibly that is a wise decision, as if you leave a goalie behind, it is quite easy for them to get overwhelmed by, say, a 4v1, and there's only so much you can do in that scenario. So in this case, they're just electing to go and get the caps and try and most likely run it down mid to see if they cannot get a capture here or not. See one of the ships moving across here to head to that sort of middle intercept zone. So I believe that, let's see, are you in range yet? Just should be getting into range now. So in this case, we see that they have taken the flag. There's no... one thing that I will say, Mazer, I know it's silly, but please put a big old flag. I played a lot of Halo when I was a kid. I loved seeing people riding along in the Warthogs with a big flag sticking out the side as somebody chases after them. Please give us a big flag on the top, just fluttering in the wind. I know it's stupid. I know it's not going to happen, but please, man, come on. Anyways, we see over here, Sir Poopit burning towards the point here. Now, they are being cautious because they have not scouted the enemy out at all, so it is entirely possible that there could be a destroyer acting as goalie waiting here. So we're seeing them now trying to cautiously advance up while also maintaining their speed. Just most likely tuck into this little corner here, if I had to guess. Let me just try and zoom in here with the spectator tools. So they just need to get in range, grab that flag, and then run it back. I haven't played Capture the Flag as long as I can remember in this game, so I don't know if the flag ends up revealing your location or not. But with that said, they are moving it out of the Boxer base here and going to start running it back towards theirs. So it's up to them to then decide what do we want to do about this. You see them now slowing down here, just barely getting into range. That's the first detection as Sir Poopit is spotted. By what is the question? I believe the Pompeii Magnus might have them in range here. Yes, just barely hiding along the edge here. We're going to see that, yep, both flags have been taken. So now it is up to who has the, well, essentially ability to run it back first. Interesting. Shows the flag there. Does not show the flag here, even though they were within the base. So, that is very strange. I'm not sure why it only shows one of those. Okay. I also don't know if you need your flag at home to cap. I don't believe you do. I believe it is just a base capture thing. Anyways, you can see this ship starting to, yes, oh, how the turntables indeed, as they are now reversing away here, trying to run it back to their base. Going to be interesting to see how this goes down. So, blue team is now realizing what has happened. They have kind of adapted to the situation. You see them now diving down away from the base there and also trying to cross over the top, intercepting the orange team's run here. You see, I believe the early warning radar, no, it does not have line of sight there, so they will not be able to get that scouting intel. They briefly saw the ship appear on point A, or I guess Atlas base, and then take the flag. In this case, then, well, it did initially show the flag on that ship. I don't entirely know why it doesn't. Interesting. Maybe it's just, well, they're within the capture radius or something, or maybe it's only adapted for that. Capture the Flag is not a very popular mode, so, just gonna tell them to go, 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 because now it is a case of who can run it back and intercept best. So you might see some people trying to play screen, decide which one of the ships is the one with the flag. Oh, I see. Only when they're detected does it show that they have the flag, I think. Because now we see the early warning search radar actually getting arc here. Now the flag has been illuminated. They know where their flag is, but they have no idea where the orange team's flag on the blue side is, respectively, as they're sneakily trying to run it back here. Yeah, I think that this might be the way to play. This is some funky shenanigans going down here, indeed. So it is a slower game. It's not exactly the screaming action you get from your average Neb match where everything goes to, I would say from like very calm to very spicy and about as long as it takes to fire a beam turret. So in this case, seeing, again, it flicking in and out. So, hey, we've all learned something about mechanics now. We know that only when you're detected by the enemy's radars and stuff does the flag marker show up. So see now the orange team trying to collect themselves onto this rock, most likely going to be trying to do a trench run back in some way, shape, or form, or they could decide to take the long way around, but they also know that the blue team has gotten their flag and they are on the clock. So, scouting torpedo sent out here. This is a semi-active homing with wake val. Actually, not a scouting torpedo. I didn't realize the ship had decided to go out into the open like so. Seeing an active decoy being deployed here. Let us see if it seduces or not. I believe that the EO validator will say no thanks, man, and to go after it. That said, Illuminator is bad. There's no illumination left. They may have forgotten to battle short and whatnot. So Eda's just going to zoom by with that. You got to remember to hit your thing, man. There's the Illuminator coming up now. It is a little bit low, unfortunately. Will they be able to get it on track in time, seeing the Destroyer desperately trying to roll? No. Oh, you hate to see that. They must have lost their track just for a second, so the Illuminator stopped firing. And in turn, these are 3 torpedoes just going to be whiffed off. These are not exactly cheap torpedoes either. That is a EO validator, so that is a bit of an investment there compared to others. That said, more torps out in the water for their trouble. They have their prey in sight, seeing some jamming coming off of the Frisian Ghost over here, but at the same time, I don't believe... Yeah, that's like right at the edge of their jammer range, so they could be getting tracks from the offset there. Yep, we're seeing the death ball forming up now. Torpedoes are out in the water. The submarine hunting pack smells blood. Active decoys being shed. The Pompeii Magnus is desperately burning, trying to get away from this. These are 3 torps that look good on target. Let's take a look. Yes, 3 illuminators. You're not getting away from this one, but you have no dazzler, unfortunately. This is going to be a crippling hit. First blood, possibly. That is a devastating amount of damage to the front of this thing. Large is out. Oof. Only an auxiliary steering. This ship is mission killed. It can no longer fire its weapons as the CIC has been taken out along with the large locker there. So, thankfully, the reactor and whiplash and stuff are still in it along with the auxiliary steering, but there is no way for the ship to get offensive once again. Ooh, and a hit to the whiplash there as well. Another torpedo that we didn't see coming in now, so that is going to be first blood for sure. Pain Machine over here taking some hits as well. Seeing the reactor starting to cook off here. The basic CIC has been taken down, but there is restorers left, so they can get themselves back into the game though. Another torpedo flying out here, whipping around wide. Let's see, will this get anything? Nope, unfortunately does not. That said, the return volley, they came out to play. They are running the flag desperately now as 2 of them linger behind, trying to play a point guard screen, allowing their team to get back to the points. That said, this is going to be a big volley coming after the Green November here as it's desperately trying to pop all of its chaff and flares. Seduce incoming. Let's see it. A whole bunch of ARAD Wake Validator type looking like. So they're going to be zooming right past it, going after the active decoy here. A bunch of them try and curve down and go after another decoy, but unfortunately for them, they are running out of fuel here. I believe no hits for the blue team there. Orange team is in turn firing its return volley, those act EO validator types. So these can be countered. Ooh, they had their eyes on the flag bearer. Let's see, will it get hit or not? I don't believe that they have a dazzler in range to knock this thing out. Nope, not looking like it. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 good hits. A lot of damage. Drive is taken out. Power is not up. Has critical events going on. Last one ends up missing here, actually, because the Illuminator's not hitting. But that said, that is a devastating amount of damage. Will they be able to recover from this? Citadel CIC does keep the ship alive. A nice investment there with the 50 damage threshold, so it does not die. That said, you've got a cell cook-off going off in 2 locations. Still, it's not a reactor death. Need to get those things fixed ASAP. This ship barely able to get back into the fight. You can see it does have restores still left. Amazingly, the reinforced lockers are not taken out. I mean, hey, reinforced is good for a reason. They should be able to get their whiplash back online, and then, because their Citadel is still up, this is the dedicated flag runner ship, so they're going to try and make it back to their base and cap out. That said, torpedoes are out in the water. OSP, in this case, I keep calling them OSP. Orange team, Sir Poopit is moving their butt with the flag. Seeing torpedo strikes exchanged here. The Green November is wanting blood. Sends out its semi-active homings. They do not have Illuminator lock on this because of the jamming. These ones, the Fat Man torpedoes, these are Act ARAD type, I believe. Yes, getting seduced by an active decoy there. Active decoys are worth it. But, oh, unfortunate as it gets seduced and then swings by and then smacks into the Junkin Ocean. Takes a big hit to the Prowler drive there, losing the programming bus and blanket jammer as well with the main engine. So this thing is going to be limping for the rest of the game. That said, we're seeing some more torpedoes. Wait, hang on, what? Oh, this one must have looped around. Rather interesting that. So, Okay, blue team is exchanging fire as best they can. They got some offsets here. This ship has recovered ever so slightly. It is hurt, but is still in the game technically. That said, top 10 racer we saw over here should be back up operational now. Yep, if they can make it to the point here and cap, that will win them the game. I believe that orange team has a much longer distance to go. Yes, devastating smack hits into the monitor here as we see, I believe it was 2 torps just taking out Birthing, Dazzler, missile launcher. They did have a Dazzler, but I believe that due to the arcing, particularly with the Dazzler being on top, they were not able to jam those EO Seeker types. So, or the EO Validator. Validator or Seeker, it's jammable either way. In this case, blue team taking a lot of damage. Orange team has managed to get themselves a very good hit here. The question is, do they have the tools they need to take out the flag capper before it is able to get to the base? So, you can see here now, they still have a few torpedoes left in their banks, respectively. This one has, let's see, no torps left. So this ship is unfortunately not able to contribute any more firepower to the fight. And the Junkin Ocean here, it only has 5 torpedoes. So if it ends up using a bunch more to kill off this ship here, then this will mean that they are able to actually cap out here. We're going to see there's no defenses left on the ship, so it's entirely up to whether the torpedoes are good or not if they have the range. This one just burning towards the 8 point. It might be able to make it, it might not. Do they have a restore left? They do have 1 restore, so even if they take a devastating hit, so long as that reinforced locker lives, it could potentially restore the drive, or a bad hit could mean that they get to Atlas base. We're seeing them now getting spotted here. Illuminators lock on target. We should see missiles firing any second now. Blanket jammers, illuminators, and whatnot as they're trying to get into position to actually fire on it. It is suddenly a very tight race as this is going right for the Atlas point. Orange team is not close enough to their base to get it in time. Here's the last torps, most likely of the match. Counter torp volley. They're realizing that the time is now. We need to take out everything here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see that 5th torpedo launch any second now. Yeah, torps out in the water. Will they take out the ship here? The I hear everything is gonna be taking a torpedo hit here. Wham! Right into it. Yeah, that is the whiplash drive gone, but the reinforce is still up for the moment. They could possibly restore it. No, unfortunately, reinforced drive. Ooh, maybe might be worth it here. I don't know about the damage threshold and whatnot, but yeah, reinforced locker goes down. Citadel is unfortunately down and out for the count. That is a dead ship, just barely like getting swept as it is there. That said, I believe that was all of the torpedoes, right? Yes, all the torpedoes are down and out here. Still, the teams are kind of keeping at it. Like, they're going for boxer base. Is there anything that can intercept? Yes, there is. We're going to see some more torps actually going out here as a last-second interception is performed. Will they get a good hit? We have an Act ARAD Val going out here, going after some of that jamming that they're putting out here. Let's see, they have a Dazzler and a Bellbird jammer going, so very good electronic warfare package. But that said, these are ARAD Validator. I don't think that those will end up being good here, as we're seeing them kind of like going off all over the place. Not exactly sure what they are looking at here. If these were ARAD Seeker, this would change a lot. That said, they barely are able to get out of the cone here and are going to end up missing. So that is going to be very close here. Do they have any more missiles that they can possibly hit with? Ooh, wait, maybe. Oh, the arcing, unfortunately not good. 2 good hits here. Does it take out the last sun drive? No, 1 sun drive, leaving with 33% health on a fire there. That said, sun drives have very low operational speed. So with that said, even though this thing is like at 33%, I believe that this is inoperative until they bring it back up to 50%. So this thing is now limping, trying to drift onto the point here. Will a follow-up volley strike it down? Because we might still have a game on our hands then. If this ship is taken out, they can try and desperately limp back and forth. Ooh, okay, Act Seeker's going out here, deciding that chaff is good as this thing does not have active radar. So ARAD Seeker does... The ARAD Validator does not do anything. They are so close, just barely drifting to a stop here. If they are able to get that sun drive back online, 52%, we should see this thing just slowly starting to creep now. Main engines are offline, so it is just barely limping, trying to get onto the point here. This game is so close, and I did not expect it to be this close. I thought it was going to be a capo victory there, but no. Coming in now, the last of these missiles, the Act Seeker with the ARAD Validator, kind of a crapshoot going after the chaff here, so there's the possibility that it decides that the monitor is the right target, but we are not seeing that here. They're desperately trying to get some hits. Oh, that one looks like it is good. Oh, just barely missing over the top of the monitor there. That was like a 2-meter miss. This is insanely close as this monitor is just barely trying to get there, get into cover. We see another torpedo now locked onto target. I don't know if they have any chaff left. This might be it, folks. Wham! Goes the sun drive. Oof. Ow. That said, they do have restores, but they need to get those things back up online. The complex is hit. The reinforced CIC as well. DC teams. There's no DC teams left on this thing. A last-second safeguarding of the point as they're able to knock out all of the DC teams just barely stopping that ship. Oh my god, that was close on the caps. So this means that the game is now reset back. You can see the flag has been dropped here in neutral space. Now they need to go pick it up and then I believe run it to the points respectively. I believe that is how that works, at least I think. This is quite the game. We are still going here, folks. I am so glad I ran pre-roll ads because this is going to be a bit longer. Last second interceptions on both sides. This is proving to be very interesting. Some torpedoes going out here. That said, both teams are kind of crippled. Couple torpedoes going out here against the Burly Bull. We're going to see what they have left in the tank for this or not. These are EO Validator, and I don't believe that they have anything to counteract that. OSP, yeah, the Noodle Bowl is nowhere to be seen for that one. Oh, it's over there on the far side of the map. Unfortunate. So these are going to be 2 torpedoes. Ooh, at the last second. Wow. Actually managed to seduce it with the EO Seeker. Wait, why does that work? Oh, it's an EO Seeker. It's not an EO Validator. That's why. They probably meant to go EO Validator, but at the same time, there is possibility that they decided they wanted EO Seeker instead, because if the Act Seeker gets jammed, then the EO can, guide it onto target. So still, either way, drives have been disabled here. Prowler drive has no restores. This ship is still technically alive, but is dead in the water. They're missing critical resource power. They can get the reactor back online, but do they have any torpedoes left in the banks? No, they are just currently sitting dead in the water. So let's take a little look around the battle space, shall we, folks? So Sir Poopit stopped last second before they get onto Boxer Point here. Top 10 racer, similar deal, just seconds before they get to the Atlas Point. Just really good last second interceptions on both sides there. Let's take a look and see if there's anything really with offensive power. 8-Ball has no torpedoes left. Danchi has 5 torpedoes left, so they are firing off what they got. The last resort's going now after the Burly Bull here. Wham and wham. These should knock out the last of these systems, I believe. Yep, that basic CIC, so that is another kill here. Noodle Bowl down here, trying to make something happen. They still do have torpedoes, but their launcher... Oh, they have 1 singular launcher left, so they still can actually fight in this case. Over here, Major Letdown has been basically out of the game for a long time now, unfortunately reduced to that auxiliary steering only, and I believe power provided by the reactor. So they are just kind of hanging on here as a technicality. Seeing the Fat Man torpedoes launching out here. Not sure what pathing these are. These are direct pathing, and they are going somewhere. May have been a misclick there. Not sure exactly. They are going off into the abyss, so we will just salute them as they go. Said jamming coming up from the Junk and Ocean. Again, no torpedoes left on this. Precautionary measure. It's no Nope, they do have last resorts on that, and then 8-Ball has no torpedoes. Okay, so it is only Danchi here. Tarps have gone after your own chaff. There's a question. So I believe that chaff is neutral, so you can have Act Seekers go after it. Kind of interesting to see here. Anyways, Noodle Bowl still alive here with the technicality and the arming and Major Letdown. So really, it is a fight between Noodle Bowl and Danchi at this point. That said, 8-Ball is still able to move, and so is Delgran up here. Major Letdown is just going to... Well, I'm sorry to say it, but you're kind of living up to the name right now. Only one person left. It's just Noodle Bowl versus the world. They are trying to fire off their last torps and get themselves a kill or 2 here. Maybe go for a cap. I believe they have to grab that flag and then run it back. And this team, the Boxer flag has been reset in return. So I'm not entirely sure why the flag spawns up there instead of back at the base, because it might be that it's dropped in a neutral location to reset. I don't really know the capture the flag rules for this game. Anyways, a couple of torpedoes going off somewhere. Not entirely sure on the pathing on this. Might just be that they are getting like a bad track or something and trying to fire off. This one looks good. On target going after the Junk Ocean or the Green November. So let's see. Funnily enough, neither of those are a threat right now. They should be taken out because that way you deny the enemy the capping ability. But again, Noodle Bowl, like running on borrowed time here, only 5 torpedoes left. And I believe when those are used up, that will make this team combat ineffective and thus not able to contribute to the game anymore. Active Decoy seducing this one here, Act Arad, as it just zings right by. Yeah, so that is going to be, unfortunately, another miss here. That said, they can't have too many more active decoys, right? Still 6 left in the bank, paying the premium for that. All right, good calls, I guess, actually, in this torpedo warfare environment. So, Noodle Bowl versus the world, as we see him now, trying to go towards the flag as well, trying to take out the little screeners here. Fired off its missiles and was not able to get any hits, so just trying to get that flag now. Popping chaffs, I believe that they may have incoming. May have also just been a manual order. Let's see. So, yeah. Just kind of a interesting neutral point now is both teams are deciding what they kind of want to do. They don't know exactly how many torpedoes the other team has and what ships are combat effective or not. Here we see another attempt being made with an active torpedo, ARAD Val, unfortunately going after the active decoy again. They must be asking themselves, God damn it, how many more of those do you have? That said, ooh, it is still good as the torpedo locks onto another target. Does it have enough fuel? Active decoy being deployed here. This is probably going to seduce it as well. Yep, we see it unfortunately locking onto that active decoy. They are paying their worth in 8 points. That said, 8 points when you only have 800 is still quite a lot. That torpedo being a very long range one as it still has fuel to burn. Actually, oh my god, it's coming around again. I don't think it has fuel, but wow, that is like, that has been seduced twice now and is now still coming around for another pass. We're seeing a last resort act EO Seeker type going after the Frisian Ghost here for Noodle Bowl. I can't believe that this thing is still going. This one gonna get a hit in here. Wham, ouch. Unfortunately, yeah. That's rough, buddy. Do they have any restores? They do not have any restores, and their reactor is about to cook off. Oh my, how much fuel did you put in this torpedo? That thing did like the longest loop I have ever seen a torp do. It went after 1, it went after 2, it looped all the way back around, tried for a 3rd pass, and then went into a rock there. Just showing what you can do when you max out the fuel burn time, I guess. So a last resort torpedo being fired off here. They're trying to just knock out the last of these ships. Noodle Bowl does not have anything operational offensive. I guess technically this has a VLS cell, although with that said, it's only on the aux steering, so this should probably spell doom and defeat for them. Let's see it now. This is going to take out the bottom one. Yep, that is game over. GG, well played. We're going to hop back into the team comms. That was an incredible game. Oh my god. Let's just pop in now and see. Which channel are we in? Good game. Well played, everyone. I'm going to hop down and get the guys out of rocket.
Yeah.
My fleet.
Good game, y'all. Meet us up in Daggers. We'll do post game.
Got it.
Oh, well.
That game was
All right. Holy crap, that was an incredible game to watch. Wow.
Was so fun. That was so fun.
Wait, I want to know.
Incredible game to play.
Great.
The missiles didn't do anything.
I want to know, did you guys went through that left side of your map?
All right, I'll give you guys the rundown. So both teams deploy kind of opposite to each other. They rotated clockwise in that. You ended up seeing them get onto the point, grab the flag, and then try and run it back. And then the last second interceptions on both sides was incredible to watch. Like, you were maybe like 100 meters away from both caps, watching a monitor with 2 sun drives screaming across the map at like 44 meters a second, and a last second intercept. I was like, oh my god, this is so close. It gets a torpedo hit, drops the sun drive to 33%. It's still alive. It's barely trying to limp. And then that odd reset point where it's like, okay, both flags just got reset. The cappers are dead. How do you pick up a game from here? Just incredible torpedo play back and forth.
I love one capture point. This is like one victory point is so fun.
Yeah,
like
it's really interesting because I thought when it was like one capture, it would just end up being like a very fast match. But now that you've got the case of do we defend our point? Do we try and attack? Do we try and split them? It's a very interesting tactical situation.
Yeah, because both teams tried to go for the rush, and then...
No, we didn't go for that rush at first. We went for that rush when we didn't find you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had an interesting conundrum because we had 2 keystones of Prowler drives, and then we had a keystone with Whiplash, and then the double sun drive monitor.
Yeah.
So it was like our designs had chosen for us. We were gonna have to split up into 2 groups. We had the fast group and the slow group.
It's kind of interesting seeing how that develops too, where you get like your dedicated kind of flag runner in a sense, something with Whiplash or Sun Drive. And then you can also have some that are like more built in terms of loadout for fighting. Like you get some of these that have like 20 torpedoes or stuff, versus other ones that have gone a little bit cheaper on it.
Yeah, cause honestly, that last second intercept on Team 1 from me, that costed me everything. Like
the last second intercepts were great. Like that was incredible to watch.
I had to use 10 of my 20 torpedoes just to intercept their last second.
Yeah,
I gotta redo mine. I was running Act ARAD, and every missile I shot just got flared or chaffed.
No, you know what I call bullshit on?
I will actually point this out for the Act ARAD. It wasn't that everything got chaffed. It was that after the first hit, the radar was knocked out, so the ARAD Seeker validator thing, it didn't do anything.
No, you know what I call bullshit on? God. I was getting jammed the entire game and my ARAD wasn't picking up on it.
I think you had ARAD validator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, jamming will jam the active Seeker. The ARAD validator doesn't actually do anything against it, unfortunately.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, you need an ARAD Seeker to go after the jamming source in that case.
Is primary ARAD and then secondary ACT. So if the ARAD sees anything, that's probably more important than whatever the ACT Seeker sees. So it just overrides.
Yeah.
right, I'm gonna go see if I can find Lone Wolf and say that we're gonna. Y'all up for another third one?
I am 100%.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get the lobby up, and then I'll pop over and find Lone Wolf. Just give him the laydown of it.
I'm gonna make a cursed missile.
You know what? Let me see. You know what? Yeah, I'm making one as well.
Mine is so cursed. So cursed.
I'm gonna go. Because you know what was the bullshit part about that? It was ANS versus ANS. That means the EO was pretty much unstoppable.
Well, I had an EO thing. It just, for some reason, it didn't seem to work.
Yep, there was only one player on each side with anti-EO since.
There was a Dazzler per team, I believe, but I think that the Dazzler just didn't, unfortunately, have the torpedoes in arc, which does play into it as well. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it wasn't. Yeah. So when the Keystone came back trying to capture, I launched EO validated torps at it, and because the Dazzler was way up in the sky, it wasn't able to help out.
Yeah.
And
I could try running
This
dual Dazzler.
should do a little
All
bit.
right, lobby is up if y'all want to hop in and do your editor's stuff and whatnot. So.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go talk to Lone Wolf for a second, and I'll be back. Yeah.
Let me hop in the lobby.
Hey, Lone Wolf.
Am I gonna hit here? Am I gonna hit?
We just finished up our second match. We're gonna go ahead and start up a third one.
Okay, cool. We're on our second.
Excellent.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a second match.
Oh, sorry.
All right, got one hit on 16.
It's in there. We still have pretty even teams, don't we?
I think so, yeah.
I believe if you want, you can shuffle the teams around a little bit.
Yeah.
That was Sig, right? You just request twin, right, Sig?
Yes, indeed.
We just need one more person then.
Which one are we going to? 5?
Yep, Submarine Night. Number 5 is the lobby.
Password 1, 2, 3.
1 minute, because I'm completely switching up my torpedo.
Yeah, just do the
Okay, as for Twitch side of things, we're going to do the thing again where we run a intermission because the last game, as we saw, was a bit of a longer one. So going to do a little 3-minute break so you can stretch, grab yourself a drink of water, etc., go to the bathroom, that kind of stuff. We're going to be back in 3 minutes, and then we'll get this game on. Okay? Okay, I'll see you in 3, chat. Yeah. Alrighty,
poach
chat. We are
somebody to
back in
fill
business.
the other team
Just
for
getting the
Zeke.
lobby set up
We
for
had
the
Meerkat
next
in
round
for a
here.
second ago.
Just audio levels accordingly, so it's not deafeningly loud for every neon. All right. Okay. See, so I'm just taking a look at this. Everyone's just kind of doing editor stuff right now. We will figure out like how to properly stack teams. Unfortunately, team thing, it does say it's a 100-player map, but it's not really. It's rather annoying for that. I could possibly grab a thing. I was asking if people wanted to just like make a split there and see if we can't do like a 5v5. See kind of how that goes. I might hop in first person and play a bit of this. Gonna see if, you know, actually, we're gonna try that. I am going to try joining as a player on this team, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah. Let me see. Hop down and join the rocket team. Hey, folks. I think I might actually play this one in first person then.
Alright.
Just have to grab one of the fleets from the pre-made, so we'll see how that goes.
We could probably use another OSP since we're gonna have some more EO flying around.
Alrighty, we'll take a look and see which ones they have. Do you guys know which fleet is which?
No. Nope. I haven't touched them at all. I made my own.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, the bottom two are the OSP ones. That's my assumption.
Need to do my custom setup things here. So, technical difficulties as I skill issue myself, chat. One moment, please. Nebulous saves. Need to import these from the downloads and whatnot. So, I hope that this has been as entertaining for me as it has been for you. Wait, as entertaining for you as it's been for me. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm even skill issuing my words. Anyways, see, just need to download and import some of the pre-mades they had for this. So,
what if we took a bunch of command?
I'm strategizing in the background there.
Have disco balls. If you took like command and then a CR70 and then like some boosted amplifiers, then you might be in business.
Could I convince
Still
one
get
of you?
radar jams.
All right, let's just go ahead and select from our fleet here. So this is the new thing we have called subs. Couple of different pre-made sort of styles here. Okay, a Dazzler, a Lighthouse, and a Torp Launcher. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing and see where it goes down with that. Never ran this before. Okay, Dazzler in the nose, chaff box on top with a whole bunch of chaff. Makes sense. Lighthouse Illuminator. Makes sense. Got a MLS combo here. Take a look at our torpedoes. Peekaboo here. So again, these are fairly small warhead sizes, but you don't need a whole lot in this sense because, again, very fragile ships. So just a fixed active seeker. So act, these are then wake seeker types, and then you've got a whole bunch of these being the kind of like semi-active Hodge launch that you will see very often. So I believe that point of this would be to dazzle things because it's top mounted here with, I believe it's yep, maximum 89. So if I am pointed towards the enemy, it will generally soft kill stuff there. The Illuminator, reinforced, yep, bulk mags across here. Feel pretty good about these, I think. I think the Act are just going to get chaffed, so I'm not a huge fan of these, if I'm gonna be real. That said, they are crews, so I could potentially throw them around the place. I don't believe they'll be taking wakes. Yeah, I don't think they'll be taking flare, so I kind of feel good about running these as the wake type there. So yeah, just going for maximum burn time on these because we need the best distance possible. These ones have a little bit more in terms of top speed because these are direct fire. So maneuvers, all this looks pretty good to me. Okay. Not super thrilled about just the Act Seeker. I think these will need something else, but I'm just trying to think what. Let's go with a Wake Val, and that could possibly work.
Want to go fast?
Let's see. Let's try that. Wake Validator does not actually raise their price point, does it? No, it does not. All right, we're gonna keep that that way. Validated. I think I'm gonna have to set it to reject in that case, because otherwise these are just gonna get chaffed. So, all right, let's try that. We're gonna save this. There we are.
We do.
We can afford to be a little gentle. Yeah, it's all blueberries.
I'm gonna call this the Mighty Cardboard Command. There we go. All right, I think I have a fleet ready.
You may want to consider that given your speed, you are probably going to be one of the first two people around the corner, so...
Yes.
Where's my chat settings so I can just chitter chat effectively here? Voice. There we go.
I brought more active decoys.
That is a solution, yes.
All right, chat. So we are loading up. We have our Submarine Titania here. I should call this thing something different. Save as...
Who do we not have in this channel?
I'm going to call it the Big Subby. There we are. Perfect. The Big Subby is ready. It's our cardboard command ship. Excellent.
Psychological warfare.
Let's see. Oh, okay. What will happen to Conquest meta when the carrier update comes out? So carrier was something that was... I forget when it was kind of teased or told, but like we're pretty sure that ANS is going to be getting a carrier hull, so that'll be a thing. I'm just going to briefly mute Discord here for a second. When we're ready in a second, let's get this going. Okay. Just waiting for them to finish editing.
Oh, yeah, I should be ready.
Anyways, as for the carrier and stuff, I'm looking forward to the ANS getting a carrier because we are pretty sure that they are going to get a launch platform for their strike craft in that regard. OSP's carrier is going to be the container liner, to my knowledge. So you'll probably see a container liner with like 2 of the full banks. So you can, like, I believe it's 6 times 24 containers for offensive. You could have like 2 platforms for strike craft launch, or maybe you'll just go with 1. You can do a little bit of switcheroo around with that. You will also see like just a very different game then, because you have strikecraft for either scouting or interceptions or just other stuff there. So that's going to be quite different. I'd say that the carrier update is a fair ways away. Just getting Conquest mode actually working is kind of the big priority right now. So we're going to see how that goes through. And yeah, I think that Conquest is going to be very interesting. It's going to change up a lot about the game. Adding new hulls and stuff is also going to change up quite a bit, like having to deal with the tender's existence and then just also the existence of eventually carriers and strikecraft and like nav buoys and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it at the very least. I can only speculate because, again, I don't have any like super secret insider information or anything. I'm just the funny Nebulous catboy. But besides that, yeah, just gonna hop back into the Discord call now and resume with that.
Well, there's one way to learn about missiles.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, are we about ready to go?
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to be doing first-person submarine warfare. Now, I've watched a bunch of this, but again, I've not played it yet, so I'm probably going to end up messing myself up a lot. Need to adjust audio levels here so I can hear people. Yeah, there we are.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay, Sir Poopit, can you explain to me why your cargo feeder only has 1 VLS-46 and 1 MLS-3?
Because I only have 6 torpedoes.
Why do you only have 6 torpedoes?
Okay.
The rest is invested in DC.
Oh,
okay.
Interesting.
Sorry about that. I heard a weird sound and I decided to investigate it.
Well,
it turns out it was my snake falling
the
off
main
the
engine.
bridge.
The 2 sun drives.
Okay, never mind. You are
all right, folks, are we ready?
Yep. Yes. We are fully committing to the capping stretch. I see.
All right. That's
apparently.
I know my role.
All right, so I will need y'all to guide me a little bit on this because, again, I've only been watching. I haven't actually been on comms playing or anything, so.
Prepare for a lot of us screaming at you to turn your Dazzler towards us.
Don't worry, I put it in the nose. It should be facing towards them. All right, chat. So this is probably going to be incredibly scuffed. I say probably because I know how I play.
It would be incredibly funny if we just did the exact same thing again.
I mean, they'll never
fall for it.
We could go around the right side this time.
But I mean, think about it from their perspective. Like, they'll think, okay, there's no way they'll go around the left a second.
There's no way they'd be stupid enough to do that again, right?
I mean, think about it. Huh?
Or we could do both sides.
Well, if we're splitting up, then we could end up getting overwhelmed and defeated in detail. Like, if they send 5 on the one side and we only send 2, then that's a big issue.
I'm pro the left side.
All right. Let's do a left side rotate because that seemed to go pretty good last game, I think, right? I mean, you got onto the base, you can slide back. Also, I cannot express just how close that last game was. It was incredible watching just like trying to like get that last 100 meters.
That moment when we saw the flag carrier
start moving again.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's like, oh no, it's not dead.
Yeah, I had to scream to my team. It was like, the flag carrier's moving, the flag is moving, the flag is moving.
Like, it was literally like 100 meters from capping. It was incredible. All right.
Oh yeah, I blew my last 5 torps to take him out. I'm like, nope.
And then it was the case. It's like, okay, well, that's the last of the torps. Now what do we do?
Yeah. That's when we just sat out there like. Booby targets?
It was Dainchi, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, Dainchi was the only one with torps left, so we were telling him, do not fire your last torp.
It was really cool because like one of the destroyers, it got knocked out like in terms of its CIC early on, but it had an aux steering, so it was still technically in the game. It just couldn't fire any missiles. And that's when that one got killed at the last bit. That's what finally ended the game. So
See,
okay,
that makes sense. Okay.
and I was like, why is that ship not doing anything if it's like alive?
yeah, it only had a reactor, just no drive.
I see.
Also, I gotta say, like the incredibly fast cannon trap you've got there, Sir Poopit, that is hilarious. Watching a monitor go 44.
Yeah, he's got places to be, you know.
Yeah, understandable. Actually, I think the sun drive is really good in monitors, and I've kind of been like saying people should run it more.
Standing by.
If you think about hitboxes wise, like it's a pretty like generous brick, and the sun drive is not that huge of a hitbox in the tail section. So as long as you don't get too flanked.
A generous brick?
Yeah.
I've started throwing prowlers at my E-war ships.
The problem with the monitor is that it's a whole lot of stuff packed together in a nice little pellet of HEKP food.
Let me just turn up the audio here a little bit so y'all can hear.
That's true.
Yeah, it does have that issue of, you know, HEKP happens and then it's not much you can do about that, but...
The sun drive is good as, like, a secondary drive, right? Because it'll give you the strategic speed you need, and then once the shells start flying, you don't really need it because you already got to the spot you wanted to get.
Yeah.
Reporting.
But it's not nearly as good as the Whiplash, I'd say.
I'll agree with you on that.
Can I disagree? Because the Whiplash comes with downsides, but the sun drive doesn't?
The Whiplash has the same durability as every other drive, though. The
sun drive is incredibly fragile. To put the stats in perspective, it's got like 100 HP, which is the same as like the gun plotting center or plane control, which is very fragile. Plus the sun drive, when it's below half health, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't work. So really, you've got like 50 health there, or you're drived.
That tracks with
what
I
ran
felt.
Rocket shuttles with sun drives, though, the really funny thing is because you could get a rocket shuttle up to like 65 meters per second or something, you'd lose your drive, and then you'd still drift like 2 kilometers or something. Alright? So your rocket shuttle would lose its drive, and then like 10 seconds later it would fire its rockets and kill something, and then it would have to wait like 5 minutes to fix the drive, and then it could move on.
And they would overshoot the A point.
Yeah, exactly.
We all remember, it's like, okay, welcome to the Nebulous foreplay. We're just going to throw a rocket shuttle on the A point, and now it gets beamed.
Yes.
Yep.
Used to get hybrided, now it gets beamed.
Standing
Yeah,
by.
I used to have a OSP fleet with, I think,
Helm, take
5 or 6. I called them technicals because they were just the sprinters with the RL-36s on it. Or not the 36. Yeah, it was the little shuttles or whatnot.
RL-18s.
Yeah.
Random anecdote, if I could just interject here. If we just take a look at the final warning from Danchi. Does anyone else look at the golf ball jammer on the nose of a destroyer and think it looks like a clown?
I see Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You know, you might have a point. We need to get this thing antlers.
Yeah.
Send traffic.
Just put 2 antennas on the side mounts.
Helm, take us in.
You like the little formation we get. Honestly, like playing single ship like this is kind of cool because, you know, in Neb there's like always a whole bunch of ships going off, but sometimes just having the like single ship of like, hey, let's fly in formation. This looks really cool.
All right, looks like they're sending an early warning way up high again.
Oh,
that's good. That's good because it means their dazzlers are super far away from the rest of their team.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, it's gonna.
All right, that second Elit lob is a lot closer, probably.
Big sippy. Okay, Emmy, here's the one for you.
Well, they can't see us. It's just Eli.
Thanks for keeping me hydrated.
Do any of ours? Does anyone have their radar on?
Standing by.
Off right now.
Not anymore.
I turned it on for a moment.
Yeah.
I am on track. I will say this.
Wait, you're tracked? Oh fuck.
I was briefly tracked there.
Was it a burn through?
No, just regular yellow track. I turned off my radar and then they didn't see me. But
okay, so they might be anticipating this bullshit again.
I mean, we could.
Where's that line going?
You can't see anything, and I'm popping up as tracked, so that's most likely the early warning.
I mean, we can't really redirect now. You
Makes
can't
sense.
limit it.
What the hell is that? Oh, okay, 7 kilometers.
Yeah, it's either a dude or a decoy, one of the two.
Yeah, we could see decoy containers, yeah.
I think decoy container has some merit. Like, it does take one of your module slots, but...
I mean, you can also do the size 1 decoy missile and just fire that in a straight line. It still registers as a track.
Yeah, but it's very fast, isn't it? Like, that might
Track isn't moving.
Yeah, that's not a decoy.
That's a dude.
I'm gonna fire a missile at him.
Yeah. Do you have the range?
I should.
Standing by.
Damn.
I would have the range if I had.
Standing by.
Damn, I'm a little too far. He's at 8K for me.
Maximum of about 9.4, so I think these will hit. They might be just short. I might have oops my pathing.
On it.
That is in fact 2 dudes. I'm gonna give that an attack marker right around them.
Send traffic.
Or that could have been chaff that popped up. I saw flares. Yeah, I think that was the second track was chaff.
I'm trying to remember which type of missiles I have. I know that some of these are the semi-active.
Okay, interrupt
Yep,
jammer.
it is in fact 1 dude. He is golf ball.
Standing by.
Okay, and nothing on his bottom mount, and just a whole lot of torps.
Receiving.
Okay, are any of us running command?
Affirmative.
No. I think the only one that...
early warning is definitely looking at us now. There
Launch
it is.
confirmed.
9 kilometers up.
Aye,
You
aye.
can probably just ignore it.
Aye,
He's just
aye.
gonna hang out up there.
I don't know what kind of range he has.
Aye aye. Full burn. Standing by. Aye aye. Helm,
I'm
take
gonna
us
try and razzle dazzle him with a flak check.
It might be too fast. I think I'm gonna go.
I don't like that early warning. I think I'm... Oh, we got someone close, someone close. There it is. Okay.
He's launching.
Semi-active, semi-active. He's got illuminators.
Standing by.
Oh, you guys coming around the corner about to get swacked.
Yeah, he's got EO. He's got EO.
Dazzling.
He's launching wakes. Wake
Okay,
EOs.
I've got cruise. I've got cruise. I'm gonna launch around the rock.
See if
Wait,
these
no, I
peekaboos
don't
do
know if they
anything or
can make
not.
that turn though.
I believe he's gonna move there.
Do something.
Boop.
Target lost. Cease fire.
Wow.
Missile away.
Work.
Missile
It was a
return
much
to
bigger
bottom.
bubble than I thought it was.
Right, hopefully they can
That
make that
is
turn.
good,
Oh,
right?
hopefully this doesn't friendly fire either.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah, we're good.
On the other side, like there are at least 2 players.
No, okay. Did that do damage?
Preparing to launch. Missile
Should
supply
maybe work. Let's find out.
Aye aye.
Did that do
Full burn.
damage?
No, it didn't do any damage.
Aye aye.
Okay, we're fine.
Yeah, we're
Mark's
chilling.
out.
Send traffic.
Oh, they're launching at you now though.
Oh, passive wake.
by.
That's
Okay,
not fun.
They've got 2 containers.
Oh.
Or two keystones
Reporting.
Yeah,
launching
he's
behind this
out.
rock.
That really hurts. Can you
Remember
repair
what
that?
seekers I have where?
Is that still repairable?
It's letting me. I still have 5 of the 9 DC teams, so.
Reporting.
That case.
Okay, yeah, no, we're fine. 4 out of the 9 DC teams.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
see.
Sea Sword is an actual threat.
Aye
Yeah.
aye. Proceeding. Send traffic.
Okay, I've got EO coming at me. Oh,
I don't
it's gonna
remember what
hit.
type of seeker this thing is.
Break, break.
Or
Spiker
not,
inbound.
because they don't have the maneuverability, I guess.
Oh. Wow, that missed.
Missile away.
Yeah, they knew we were coming, so they just went hard defense.
Send traffic.
They absolutely
Aye, aye.
anticipated this.
Missile away.
Okay, these keystones both have
Aye, aye. Full
EO.
burn. Reporting. Aye aye.
Okay, this is my last cruise shot.
So just wake seeker. Oops. Oh, that might be good.
One's charging over the
yes,
top.
maybe. Oh, so close. Damn it.
Just play with the rocks.
Hi you.
Affirmative.
Illuminate, please. Fire for effect.
Use the
Missile
rocks.
away.
Mm.
Helm, take
Probably
us
our
in.
best bet against EO, because we can't trust
Torpedo
that
time, let's
Destiny
go.
thing.
On it.
Yo. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. This
Okay.
might hurt a
I think
lot.
I'm
Yep,
gonna
that's
get
that's Wake Seeker. Oh no. Oh no.
Bang. Bang.
Dazzle.
299
Go, 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 go.
hits. He's lost his
Ow.
drive,
Fuck, I'm trapped.
Oh,
but not his power.
sorry. I tried to dazzle it. I couldn't.
Contact.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Reporting.
Oh, I've got
Solution locked
a
Oh god.
Standing by.
A-Rad's coming at me. That's alright.
Oh!
Turn off my radar.
Send traffic.
Shit.
Damn, this is tense.
Damn it,
Oh
button.
man.
Preparing.
This is something, yeah, all right.
Now this pod race.
Send traffic.
Okay, I can get my Star H's. I can get my Star H's on this guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm out. Oh, fuck. Oh, I got absolutely
that's more yo. That's
fucked.
more yo.
Jammer
2 hits.
Trying to dazzle. I'm razzling. I'm dazzling.
Angle.
Uh-oh, this guy. Oh, we're good.
Oh, 1 hit.
Send traffic.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll be okay.
Receiving.
Yeah, they took
One.
everything
Send
out in one volley.
Target confirmed. Missile
2
away.
hits.
Understood.
Okay, 1683 magic smoke. It's
Standing
down.
by. We are tracking the spiker. Affirmative. Standing by. Affirmative.
Oh damn, they almost hit that guy too. Okay, we got more coming in.
Aye, aye. Countermeasures. Acknowledged.
Jeez, there's so many.
Warning. Inbound spiker.
So many torps.
Oh,
Oh, they're all gonna go for final warning. Use them as a shield.
That's fine.
Use the
I'm
carcass
willing
as a
to heroically
shield.
sacrifice
Launch
myself.
confirmed.
Owie!
Oh, I took another hit. I'm okay.
I got a little cooked, but I'm okay. Owie!
I don't know why I didn't have my flares go off to
Reporting.
counter the wake. But,
We've got coming from the top. Command. Who has jammers?
Ah.
Does anyone have a disco
Nope.
ball? We lost the disco ball. Fuck.
No!
Oh, but they might.
Rusty Ram just
they're
took a hit.
They're
I
not.
think I got some more hits on it.
Blocked.
Yeah.
Ow! Oh, I just lost my drive. I'm okay.
Aye,
I don't have any
away.
resource.
Solution
The rest of your
locked
amp
in.
should be out.
Should be, but it's got missiles in the water on me. Oh, this is gonna hurt in a sec.
Let me use my torps because I'm immobilized and I will be for the rest of the game.
Component destroyed. Engines
Oh, crap. I just took a big hit here. Owie.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No!
Multiple decks.
Yeah, I think we got.
Oh, that's okay. I'm immobilized. That's GG.
Well, it was a good fight while it lasted.
I have 2 drives. I'm stupid. I have 2 drives. I'm still alive.
I mean, what?
I just don't have the power to run anything anymore.
Yeah.
I have some bad news.
Oh, that's the command missiles coming in.
Coming.
Uh-oh.
So
they're
where they're going to be honest.
Why can't any of these hit? Are they using a shitty track?
Maybe?
They might be. I think they're using the early warning
Oh,
track.
I'm out of decoy.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my VLS.
I suspect their radar's off.
I think this might be it. I'm sorry, boys.
Oh yeah,
We
I got
razzled
taken out
when we
in
should have
one-
dazzled.
I went out in 1 volley. I never even got a shot off.
I think I got some good hits off, but I messed up with my heading micro, so my, track thingy, illuminator never was on target.
Even in death, final warning serves the Omniscient.
Yes.
It does.
800-point shaft block, let's go!
I mean, if it works, you know.
Well, no, it's not. I think it's also blocking some of the command, maybe. Oh, I don't have the acceleration to do anything. All my thrusters are broken.
There's like a non-zero chance that they're just.
These ones are gonna hit.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Kind of funny, what ended up getting me was Hodge lock, where they had it was like just Hodge, and it just, like, they threw it right at me because I couldn't move. I was like, oh no.
Command link restored. Awaiting orders. Receiving.
Alright, I'm back in the game, boys. I'm in it. I don't have a drive, but I can restore it. I'll just go get the flag and run it back. We got this. Yippee!
I've hit. You are super fucked.
I am fully aware of my situation. I'm confident with my odds.
No, you're not.
Believe in yourself.
Hang on. They just don't know I'm dead. They have used up all of their torpedoes, right? Yes.
You're going to be kinetically persuaded to exit your ship.
Don't worry. I can take the hit. I'm confident in it. These torpedoes ain't nothing.
I'm a monitor.
You can't hit me. I'm the streamer.
Reporting. Incoming. Brace.
Ow.
Brace.
Okay, so it spun my ship slightly. That's good, because that means I'm almost pointed towards the point I want to go towards.
Ah, yes, with your broken thrusters.
I'm working. Actually, the main engines are okay.
Okay.
Technically, I could actually restore a... I could actually restore a launcher and technically do something. getting the sun drive back up now.
I mean, again, they fired a lot of towers and they've stopped firing, so they
Do you even have enough power to operate a launcher, though?
That's a good... No, I actually have a boosted reactor. I can technically fix this. Just give me long enough.
If you have a
They
boosted
I know I'm drawing this out, but this is funny, so give me a second. If they don't kill me, that's their fault.
If you have a boosted reactor, why are your lights orange?
Because it's at 0%. I'm working on it.
Oh, well, they've got 2 more torps, so...
No, we're fine. We're good. Oop, ow. Uh-oh. I just fixed it. I literally just fixed the sun drive. How dare they?
Yeah, I saw the lights come on, and then you got hit with another 2 torpedoes.
That's just mean.
That scene from Family Guy where the Amish people get their barn blown up and they just build...
They just scuttle back and fix it. Yeah, it's just that. Okay, I've got 1 DC team. They're desperately trying to fix the reactor before I bloom. If I go up in 1:30, then you know why.
Do you have rapid teams?
No, I've got a complex.
Oh, well, okay, that's also good.
That's something awfully personal to share with us, but alright.
Yes. A superiority complex. Forget damage control. Uh-oh, 2 more incoming.
I'm surprised that Final Warning didn't explode with how much I used it as a chaff.
It might work. Oh, what are these? O'Neal. I can take it. I'm fine. Yeah, nothing to it, right? Okay, maybe not. Oops. There goes the DC team. GG. It's quite interesting because, like, you can't technically break the monitors, like, damage threshold with HEI, but you can DC kill them.
You can remove all the ways in which they contribute to, progress.
Yeah, alright. Team Daggers, I think it was, right? We'll hop back up to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that was a much shorter game.
Yeah,
okay. That early warning was nasty.
Guys, I'm not trying to be mean here by you, but that rush was miserable.
I saw y'all 14k out.
Well, we were extremely overconfident and all busy laughing to each other about, oh, they'll never expect us to do the same thing.
Meanwhile, we were all sitting back at our flag.
Yeah,
because we wanted to rush to fall for this.
That we wanted to rush again, and I was like, let's sit back this time, and thankfully we did. It worked out.
I was happy I was able to get off most of my torps before my ship got split in 2.
No, you know what I'm confused about? Why did my AO go after our corpse when I fired it at a live ship?
I think it was probably jammed. We did have a Dazzler in one of ours.
That Dazzler was dead by that time
Our
already.
OSP had a Dazzler.
EO will only target the track that you click if you have 100% intel.
Yeah, I have 100% intel on them.
Were you able to see the hull all the time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have an intel center in your fleet?
I think even if you get a visual track, it doesn't equate to the same as getting a full intel analysis.
I'm pretty sure when you have... I just asked that because I'm pretty sure when you have 100% intel, it will give you the visual, but...
No, visual...
that's from when you scout with a missile that's size 2 or larger.
Yeah. Visual is... You only get visual when you're within visual range.
Like, for example, you can hit something with missiles and it still won't tell you it's an Axford, even though you can see it is.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, y'all feel like doing another one, or how do we feel?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm having fun.
Alright.
I love playing OSP. I'll play all night.
Jesus, at this rate, I'm never going to sleep.
I am your eyes in the skies.
Alright, lobby is back up. Gonna load up now. There we go.
Which one is it?
Submarine Night number 6 should be.
I see it.
Submarine number 6. We're gonna mix up teams, or we're playing same as last?
I think whatever team you fall in is what we're playing.
Yeah, just kind of mix it up, play a little bit. It is very interesting playing it in first person instead of third, because third person I could see everything kind of develop in the battle space, but when you're first person, it's really creepy to just see a whole bunch of torpedoes come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, literally.
Surprise! Say, oh shit.
It's like, oh, someone sees you.
No, and you know what's the funniest part about that entire thing? Racer at the end was capturing that flag. That's what cracked me up.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
I loved where I was just like dropping every flare I had.
He gets
Yeah,
back
I
with the
think-
flag. He gets
yeah, I
back
ran
with
out
the
of-
flag. It's just that scene from Community where a dog lover walks in the door with the pizza and everything's on fire.
Yeah, and he's just
I
like,
ran- Yeah, I ran out of missiles, so I just started firing my flare stuff.
what? Mm-hmm.
Well, if we're happy with this, we can just ready up and get going with another one. We'll discriminate teams and whatnot.
Yep.
This is a
Okay, so
very
where's
fun
Team 2
custom
going?
kind of game mode thing, so I am.
I think it's going down to Rocket.
Yeah, Team 2.
All right, we have 9 people. Do we have a 10th coming, or should I be spectator for this one?
I have to deal with my dog, so I'll probably set this one out.
Alright, so we got a -1, not a +1.
So if you're going to set up, please just hop into the spectator slot or leave lobby.
I didn't think I was even in the lobby.
Yep,
No,
just,
he's not.
this is for everyone. Just like kind of general rule. That way we don't have to deal with somebody dropping your stuff. Well, chat, I might end up being in
Also,
the
Neko, you didn't
spectator.
answer the question before, but is there gonna be a VOD of this? Because I'd love to go
Yes,
back through and see it.
it'll be up on Twitch for at least 2 weeks, and if I get off my ass and finally upload things to my YouTube channel, then it should be there.
Alrighty.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Like, I'd love to see what the whole thing looked like.
Yeah.
In some of
Once
these
we're
fights.
done, like when I'm done streaming this for tonight, then you can just hop on my Twitch and rewind and see all that, and it'll be there. So it's the second game though. Like once people figured out, okay, how do we kind of play this? That was incredible to watch. Just the like.
Oh yeah.
I want to see that. How
Yeah,
close we were to each other.
It was close.
Yeah, that first game was just a normal match while we figured things out.
Yeah, it's like a little bit growing pains. Honestly, I think that turning off uniform team factions was the better choice because, like, with uniform, it's a little linear, but with the mix of, like, hey, I've got, like, a Dazzler, but I can't point this Dazzler everywhere at once. You've got multiple angles coming in. That feels really cool. All right, looks like we got a 4v4 setup, so let's go ahead and do that one. Yeah. Because this could either be really fast or really slow. I'm going to run a little ad break on my Twitch thing, and then we'll just kind of go in. Actually, I'll just start it up because I don't think you guys will do too much for the first, like, 3 minutes, right?
No, the first 3 minutes is just moving.
All right, well, I've got an ad break going. We'll just see the deploys and drop in and go from there. Yeah. I'm just going to mute myself here so you can go into your respective fire teams and whatnot, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so let's move on here.
All right, so there will be a little bit of an ad break thing, but we're just doing that instead of going to like full intermission as I step away. We're just going to be watching now as the teams deploy in. Playing as first person shows just like how little you can know, and then like the terror as like you start to realize what the enemy is doing, where they're approaching from, and just the massive like mix of missiles. I was very lucky last game because I didn't get absolutely clobbered by missiles at first, but well, let's just say that we did not exactly achieve a victory in the intended avenue there, so we may have to adjust that in future. Anyways, deploying in now, we see we've got blue team versus orange team here. I think that blue team might have been all destroyers, so that could mean that they do not have a counter to any EO seeker types, which could be a troubling thing going up. That said, of course, I did not see what they finalized as, so we'll have to check when we actually drop in here. Ads should be over shortly, so I'm sorry for anyone who gets those interjected. Twitch just makes me do this because they want to make monies and stuff, and otherwise they'll give you pre-rolls and intermissions that are at random times, and I don't want that. So just a little bit of pre-game kind of like fuddlings here. Seeing a destroyer coming in here with the torpedo launchers on the top and bottom. I guess everything is a torpedo launcher, but these are specifically the TLS turrets. Blanket jammers. I believe we'd seen this one before, the red something. Alright. Just wait and go over things in a minute or so here. So, again, deploying kind of a wider formation this time on the orange team, and then over here on the blue team, they are taking one monitor for the obligatory kind of dazzling, I believe. Yes, looking at that. So, it's going to give it another minute, and then I'll do the full rundown introduction of what they are bringing, what they are strategizing. That said, it is a big map, and they are a little bit slow. Early warning radar being brought as a tech piece now. Kind of cool seeing the OSP tech piece coming out to play, where they've got the Dazzler, they've got the early warning, just chaff box, 2 missile launchers. Nice little kind of setup we saw earlier on tonight. Bloodhound come out for that, so let's give this another minute. I actually managed to get myself a donut that has been sitting in front of me, so I'm going to be munching on that. Because I am Canadian, I will go on a random donut rant for a little bit here. Much to my annoyance, some of the Tims, they will occasionally carry a delicious chocolate and coconut donut. Other times, they just don't seem to have it for some reason. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why they have or do not have it. It seems to change depending which location it is. And I really like a chocolate toasted coconut donut, so I just want to know. It's like, why do some places have it? Why do some places not have it? I thought donuts were like a pretty consistent thing. Yeah. It's actually gotten a little bit stale, but besides that. Anyways, that should be us back in the game, so let's introduce teams and stuff. Let's see, DNC is coming in here. We got Eliminator, we've got, I'm betting, Chaff Box, we got a Dazzler, 2 missiles. Yep, makes perfect sense. Major Letdown coming in here. Missile launchers all over the thing. Got a Pinard module on the side. Kind of surprised it's on the side. I would have expected that to be on the snoot, but anyways. Nitpicking and stuff aside, Chaff Box, big bunch of torps there, just going full firepower. Pain Machine coming in here. They have got a hang-up jammer on the top and bottom. Hang-up jammer is good for jamming the comms of torpedoes, so you can't actually manually fire those. Or you can choose to jam a launching ship so that it doesn't have the ability to see certain tracks. Nice way to isolate and eliminate. Got, let's see, just 3 launching tubes there then for VLS-3s. And we've got the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer style over here with the golf ball jammer on the nose. Missile launchers all across this thing and a blanket jammer on the chin, so electronic warfare package there. Very nice comp. Over here, we've got 8-ball with a Pinard on the nose. Got a Illuminator as well for their missiles and stuff. Like sandwich by the donut? Yeah, sandwiches are good. Don't get me wrong. Like, comparing sandwiches to donuts, that's 2 entirely different conversations. But there's Chaff Box on the back, just VLS all across it. Nice little mixed payloads kind of deal. Ground, got those torpedo launch turrets like we saw. Double the health of the basic launcher, but when you're getting hit by a torp, I'm not sure if it matters that much. I just noticed the Mechanicus logo. I like that quite a bit. Got an Illuminator on the bottom there and 2 blanket jammers on the left and right cheeks, respectively. That said, they are a little bit lighter on the torpedo side of things because, no, actually, they've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that would be 16 torps if I am doing my math right. Yep. Noodle Bowl up here, providing the electronic warfare eye in the sky search powers. Got that Dazzler and early warning radar just kind of sniffing out the enemy. Big blue cone trying to pick them up. Although, as you see here, they are not detected, so still some limiting factors there. The area that this thing covers is pretty huge, given it's 18 kilometers and whatnot, but we're just going to see this thing acting probably as long-range support, trying to get some offside shots. And then lastly, we've got the kind of front line here with a Dazzler, missile, and I believe nothing on the sides of Chaff Box there. Okay, I think putting your missile launchers on the side is a smart move because it's a much narrower hitbox than on the top, and given that missiles are kind of a little bit randomized across where they hit, you want to try and minimize that area, making those HEI big old blast fragment cones go after the smallest target possible, ideally. In case they have a empty mount on this side, so again, would like to see that there. Just trying to think of how you would play this. It's a very interesting game mode that we've kind of created here, so seeing the teams now deploying forwards. Orange team going with eye in the sky approach, trying to get that sort of early intelligence. Instead, the blue team going for their tight little death ball here, trying to move up along these coral formations here. Going forth, they're going to probably end up around this area, and then we're going to get some close quarters skirmishing. We saw last game in first-person mode, I was coming over this rock here. We kind of just shooting the shit, talking. There was one early scout here that we fired a couple missiles at. I think all of them missed. I might have gotten a hit or 2. I did see it leaking atmosphere at one point, but I never followed up after that because, again, I was just trying to remember what my missiles did. Then we just had the intense brawl over here as we got picked apart. They had some early warning assets up high spotting us and then just going from there. So we'll see how it goes about from there. Early warning, again, continuing its search. That said, this thing is going to be showing up on the enemy Pinard assets over here, so they'll be able to tell that that thing is up there if they... it's got a blank mounting on it. Interesting. One of these had Pinard, I was pretty sure. Is it you? Yes, it's you. So the Pinard module here is going to be detecting that thing from 125% of its maximum range, if I remember my math right. So they will know that there's early warning up top, which is why they are playing kind of cagey, trying to stay close to the rocks here to hopefully get themselves some cover. I guess technically coral isn't a rock. It's, if I remember right, coral is like the dead skeletons of like whatever the living part of coral is, which is on the top side of it. Coral is very interesting as well, and I really hope that we do some things to save the coral reefs of the world because they are kind of getting killed by pollution, like a lot, as in like massive extinction kind of thing. And Great Barrier Reef, to my understanding, is a very nice place, and I might want to visit there someday. Anyways, enough about the environment and whatnot. We've got ourselves a match on here, so yeah. Let's see. I can see a mod for faction trait standard issue Fumo situation. Not entirely sure what that mod would do or accomplish or whatnot, but I do think that some mods for Conquest could be rather interesting. Custom scenarios, because I know that there's 2 scenarios they're kind of toying with, which is the larger grand strategy one, and then there's a kind of more faster paced Conquest mode where it's a little more limited in scope instead of doing the whole big scale that they wanted, just something you can pick up and play a little bit faster instead if you don't want to do the whole massive strategy whole ANS OSP war thing, instead going for more of a not exactly a skirmish kind of deal, but just a lesser war. So you see the fleets deploying and whatnot. We've got the Green November driving forth, acting as the kind of forward screen here. 2 of these ships here, the Junk Ocean and Nowhere to Run, sticking close together for that sort of overlapping protection of their various assets. We see the Dazzler in here, and the Blanket Jammers as well. So that's your electronic warfare counter package. This one trying to get up and scout out the enemy. They should probably see each other before long. Taking a look at radar range, these are definitely in range of each other. Hitboxes here might be a little bit iffy, and they might also have their radars off. Yep, okay, so first scouting out goes off here. So Janchi has been spotted briefly, and Major Letdown for sure has been spotted, desperately trying to cross over into this open expanse here. Illumination is out, track quality is all over the place, probably getting it from just one of their long-range search radars. Does this have spyglass or what? Whiplash, Scryer, Parallax. Okay, so it should have pretty good lock. That said, first torps are out in the water. The game is on. We see a Pill and Block 2 just semi-active homing going after this thing. If it is able to pop chaff, again, it should be able to evade this. That said, it has popped chaff automatically. I don't think it's going to pop manual chaff. This might be first hit just with a semi-active homing because it is convinced it has already chaffed. Yep, desperate last-second chaff play is not good in time. Wham! Right into the reactor, critical overload, and a big hit to the missiles there. So, chaff now is going to be going after that. That said, because the ship is moving, is leaving the chaff cloud behind, so it needs to pop more of those desperately. You've got big damage coming out here. This ship probably going to be dead in the water. Last-second chaff deployment. Does it seduce one? It does seduce one. Second one right into the drives. Oof, that is unfortunate. So they're not able to get this VLS back up. They will need to get the reactor and dragonflies so they can actually do stuff. Also trying to, chain restore into large lockers. Wow, this is interesting. Okay, analysis annex in this. Double large locker for the restores and stuff. They're popping chaff now, realizing the threat posed by the Saw Seeker. This one should go wide. Ooh, actually does snake around there. Interesting. So barely threatening the needle to whack into this one. Oof. Great powers and minor powers. Yeah, that's for the Conquest mode. That's the thing I was trying to think about. Anyways, you see some of the dazzling effect going off here, and Blanket Jammers to boot. Actually, it might just be Blanket Jammers. I believe Blanket Jammers and Dazzlers have the same visuals. That said, they are losing track as this one just quietly sneaking back behind the rocks here. These missiles going out here are semi-active homing with Wake Seekers, so potentially could follow this thing's drive flare, but that said is deploying decoys just in case. I don't know if they have any flares on their VLS. They do have some flare decoys, so we might see them pop that shortly. Normally you don't see flares, but in this case, I believe that I want to say that the blue lights there is the flare decoy with its little thermal illumination-y thing. A bunch of these missiles decided that they want a piece of it and going after it. They are seduced after the active decoy, which I believe emanates a radar track that they've illuminated. So they're probably thinking this is the destroyer when in fact it is not, as these missiles go off into the abyss there, seeing the Dazzler firing off on these, even though it is not a EO Seeker type. They may or may not know that though. So unfortunately, blue team taking a big crippling hit here. This ship is not technically dead yet, but is certainly wounded. They're trying to get that large blocker back up so they can chain restore into the reactor, the drive, and then hopefully their other stuff, trying to put out the fire in the analysis annex as well there, you see. So early warning radar being very good high up. That said, this can be counteracted by throwing a long-range ARAD missile at it when you have a pinard track. So very interesting seeing the counterplay kind of emerging as we play more of this. Noodlebull looking around the map, trying to find stuff now. Somebody sees him though. Who is that? Actually, that is a good question. How do they get him on track from that distance? One of these must have a spyglass, certainly, right? That is a frontline radar on this one. This one has, let's see, blankets, scryers, prowlers, whiplash. Where is that radar? This thing does have a radar, right? Microreactor, 3 microreactors. Okay, has a scryer, has parallax. I'm kind of curious how they managed to see this guy up here, because as far as I am aware, he's out of range of everything. This one does not appear. This has spyglass. It does actually have enough power for a spyglass lock. There you go. So the ship that they believe is probably dead is actually providing a brief lock there onto some of their assets. So kind of nice to see them just kind of zombieing a lot. Barely alive here, but still working to get their stuff back online. Dragonfly and the VLS launchers, trying to bring them back online. That said, they do only have a few restores, so they took a big crippling hit making this crossover. Now the question is, once they've recovered, what will they do with it, being the sort of offset side, able to sandwich in some missiles. You can only jam so many directions at once. So more semi-active homing for good measure, realizing that the ship is not, in fact, dead. In turn, realizing they have incoming, they're going to fire everything they got, just try and desperately dump out here, because they're expecting those to be their death. Yeah, just firing off these Wake home on jam types. These are going to be not reliant on their launching platform, just sending what they got here. This will probably be death and defeat. That said, funnily enough, because the ship is holding still now, the chaff cloud is actually more effective. So we see, unfortunately, it does drift into the chaff cloud. One of them is seduced off to the side, though. That said, it's still alive. It has drive. It has reactors. It took a hit there, but nothing essential has been knocked out, I don't think. You did lose the CIC, but you have another one, right? Yeah. Redundant CICs proving their worth here. Kind of interesting seeing the players now, having gone through the game a couple more times, realizing what's good, what's not good, and what to take as we just get these emerging strategies forming. I like to see that a lot, where it's like you get given an interesting puzzle, then you toy around with it to do a couple rounds, and you're like, hey, that's a good idea. Hey, this really screwed me over. I should try this thing. Just kind of that learning curve that we've established. You see some home on jam ARADs going off here. This thing does not have its radars on, I believe. Yeah, so in this case, it is just going to be zooming right by, so they don't give a damn in the... They don't give a damn in the least sense of the word, and that said, those torps will just go off somewhere. We have some Wake primary with EO Val. That is a interesting Seeker combo. Like, I'm just loving all the weird stuff that you're seeing coming out of this, although unfortunately they are running out of fuel by the looks of it. Yeah, cooking off there, unfortunately. So, said the Green November just barely sneaking out from behind the rock. The Gen Husk over here is a husk of a destroyer, but it's still technically alive. Do these VLS have any missiles left in them? Yes, this one does. So they do still technically have some warheads. That said, they are playing very cagey defensively right now, trying to hold their ground, work on an angle that they can get. They know that that early warning track is out there, but at the same time, they know that this is a monitor dedicated to being an early warning platform up here. So that means that there's a lot less stuff kind of low on the front line that they would then need to contend with, as this thing will have to try to do long-range fire support, and they can instead detect those and counteract them in time. So very interesting seeing the different strategies being displayed here. You've got the kind of defensive-orientated, like keep tight formation, versus the more dispersed, trying to attack from multiple angles approach the orange team is taking. I'm going to take another little bite of my donut while I keep talking about this. Opinion is official. This coconut is not toasted. This coconut is burnt. Yeah. Might not finish this after all. It's kind of easy. Not to say that I'm like a super picky eater, but it's just like, I like food that makes me taste good. Not stuff I'm like, okay, fine. I guess technically I'll eat it. Yeah. Life is too short for bad donuts. Let's go with that. In this case, we see the Burly Bull just kind of holding position here. Not entirely sure what their plan is. Maybe trying to bait out a missile or two. We see one torpedo going out here. They are popping chaff. Are they going to move? No, they're playing against the possibility of a Wake Seeker. They see it is at EO. Do they have Scryer on it in time? We're going to see now the Pagan Mint here does have the Illuminator, the Dazzler firing off against this. So with the EO Validator Dazzle, this is going to go after chaff. So they do successfully, maybe not. Oh, it's got to be close. Okay, they do successfully bait out a missile strike there. So potentially just trying to drain the enemy of assets playing like that. We see the orange team is deciding to, again, like we discussed before, kind of fan out across the map, attack from multiple different angles. Blue team is playing very defensively on their point right now, trying to work out what they can do. Given that one of their ships has been heavily crippled, they do know that they are on the back foot for this, so they are trying to work and see if they cannot get a good engagement here, possibly baiting up missile strikes here, because 1 point of chaff is worth it to seduce 1 missile, since there's very limited offensive loadout. Like, I believe even the most heavily armed of these, I think it was the Ziggurat had them. Yes, this thing has at most 20 torpedoes. So if you spend 1 pod of chaff to seduce 1 torpedo, that is great value right there. A little bit chilly, so I'm just going to put on my hoodie. Yeah. All right, there we are. Lovely Catboy hoodie. So in this case, they are addressing that it's like we've got a bit of a standoff here as both teams just kind of poised, ready to strike in that. So it's up to the teams now to decide who has initiative, who will do something or not. Had thought about maybe putting a neutral flag cap in the middle and then trying to run it back and that. But at the same time, we're seeing them now just kind of trying to work their different angles and then discuss things. A little bit of interesting kind of standoff play going here. Eventually, they will find an advantage that they can take and go from there. So we're just going to see how this develops. That said, it is a case where both teams are waiting for the other to kind of make a mistake. It's a case of who is going to be more patient, who is going to have the best, funniest chat message and whatnot. And then, well, they're recovering here as we see now. The damage control teams have finished their repairs. Ships is kind of back operational, so they'll have to decide on what they're going to do. Initiative, in this case, is a bit of a toss-up. The orange team does have an advantage because they know they got successful missile strikes off. But the blue team is also waiting for them to make that play and ready to counteract. So the question is just, what are they going to do? How are they going to position? We see that their move is, in this case, to move their early warning radar up over top of them here, kind of hugging along the top side of the map here. Giant Coral is actually a very tall map, which is not something many people think about because a lot of it is very much on this kind of flat horizontal plane down there. But you can have stuff way up at the top like we're seeing here. In this case, they're trying to get a early warning radar lock onto some of these targets here. In turn, Spotlight illumination going out now. Missile for good measure has a Wake Seeker secondary being launched with a semi-active homing primary. So this is going to be the play to make here now, as I don't believe they have anything really to counter that besides just chaffing and stopping. See the ship now ordered to halt as they're quickly popping their stuff there. There goes the Wake, so that might be enough for it. It is, again, going to be a bit of a toss-up whether they end up going after the chaff or not. See them now desperately panic dumping, realizing, oh god, we've got incoming, popping all the chaff in the world because they know this is trouble. If they get a missile hit through, then they could potentially knock out the VLS, being very fragile. So this is a desperation play as they try and, throw out all the chaff in the world, making it pick between all of those targets. See some counteract missiles being fired out here as well, realizing that they are in deep. This missile is looking like it's going after the chaff here. Yep, swings off to the side a little bit. Flares also doing their job. Here's another missile. They have been scouted out. They know what is up. That one barely missing by an inch. That said, there was a lot of stuff dumped out there from Noodleball, realizing they were in trouble. They are out of flare decoys. They're down to 8 chaff pods. So a counter battery that is being sent out here. These are just at with Wake Validator. So as long as they're holding still and pop chaff, they will be good. You see them now popping chaff in turn. Another volley sent out here with semi-active homing. That said, do they have Illuminator lock on it? They do. These may go after them. They are draining them heavily of chaff at this point, though. Missiles going up now. Might take out the early warning. One good hit on target. Couple of them going after the chaff cloud. Last second evasion there as they get seduced. So good show there. In turn, a bunch of these missiles going off here, missing stuff. That said, we're taking a look over here. Major Letdown has been hurt pretty well. Pain Machine, I believe it was, yes, took a big hit to the drive sections. The Prowler is out and the main reactor too, so this ship is crippled for the moment. That said, it is now up to the orange team to see what they can do about punishing that. See, they know where to run, trying to slide around the rocks here now. Their early warning has been compromised a little bit up top, as we see the early warning radar has been, in fact, knocked out here. They are burning one of their very limited restores to bring that thing back up online. More missiles for their trouble, as we see the Illuminator just shining bright on this thing like a diamond. That said, does Noodle have any more chaff? They do not. Oh no. They are in very big trouble here as they pop the last of their chaff cloud here. That desperation play to seduce a bunch of the missiles now coming to bite them in the ass as we see these last ones here going after the chaff clouds. Will these break in time? No. Unfortunately, it drifts outside of the cone here, and that is going to be another big hit to the front side of this thing. Wham! Down goes the Dazzler. So that is a very important asset. Top 10 Racer down here, I do believe, has a Dazzler on the front of their ship. But again, they are very far offset from the rest of their formation. The kind of tight formation here, proving that they are able to manage to get some good strikes in. One of them did take a big hit, but they are giving it in return. So Noodleball getting heavily punished here. Major Letdown is over here, just kind of hiding for the moment, playing on the offside here. It's a Pay Machine should be getting their stuff back up online. Yep, reactor is almost fixed. Prowler drive as well. This is going to be a bit of a standoff here. I'm believing that the Frisian Ghost here is going to bite it from this next Torp strike. They have nothing to really stop this. The Illuminator is, I believe, yep, there it is. The Illuminator was just kind of being weird and staying still for a second, but he's jumping around due to track quality. That is a bunch of torpedoes, so even though this ship is fairly tough and you can't technically kill it with stuff... Oh! Oh my god! The range! The range! Oh! That's hilarious. Okay, so they barely just ran out of fuel there. They will see that it has been a unsuccessful missile strike, but at the same time, that was maybe 50 meters short of actually crippling this thing and knocking it out of the game pretty well. So big ups there. That said, more of them for their troubles. I don't believe that they realized that those were short range misses, just because the limitations of the fuel you can put into one of these things. These might be longer range. I didn't actually check and see which type they had fired or not. Let's take a look. They have multiple different ones. They do have a wide variety. Wait, hang on. Yeah, so big amounts of missiles here just in terms of what you can launch from your MLS in this case. Illuminator just doing its job. It is cooking itself a little bit holding the illumination like this, but I don't believe these will end up being hits. They just went for the desperation play of trying to get away from them, hoping they would run out of fuel, and it barely made it work. We're going to see now another volley coming out here. Orange versus blue down there. We're just going to watch these ones go off for a second, as now the Green November also dumping some torps out at the Pagan Mint. Will these ones hit or not? Yes, that is going to be a crippling blow. However, Pagan Mint in turn taking a big volley from the Green November over here. It loses the Illuminator, which means that some of these, barely hitting the coning tower there. The antenna surprisingly stays intact there. I thought that would have been a devastating kill. Anyways, Green November coming in here. 8Ball's little baby making its massive debut here in the battle space. Whole bunch of semi-active homing is going to be launching out of this thing into the crippled blue team. That said, torpedoes for their trouble. You've got a Wake Seeker EO type here coming after it as well. Nothing they can really do. Oh, no, never mind. That is a EO validator, so it is able to just evade by holding still. Bunch of nasty damage coming in now for the Rusty Ram. So they decided to hang out behind this rock and were in turn punished as the orange team decided to move around the battle space and instead get crippling hits. We see the first official kill of the game. The Rusty Ram Ziggurats ship here getting knocked out. The front side of it just completely getting evaporated. Damn, that is some nasty damage. So see semi-active homing EO types. They are now changing targets, illuminating different ones instead, shutting down the illuminators here to not hit a dead ship. These are gonna maybe narrowly snake it past here. Yep, bunch of torpedoes coming out here now. The Pagan Mint is in bad shape. It is heavily crippled here as all of its systems are desperately trying to be restored. That said, we're gonna see a miss here, surprisingly. That's odd. I don't know why that one missed. Okay. The rest of them are then going to actually come in. We see some good hits here. A bunch of the damage rays shooting out here, inflicting heavy damage. So, as we discussed before, I believe that, where is it? Reactor, civilian, CIC. So yeah, the reinforced stuff does not technically break to HE hits, as we are seeing here, but this is a heavy knockdown. So it's really down to just Pain Machine now holding up for the blue team and is going to be the next priority target as the orange team has decided that, yep, this is our play to make. The Pagan Mint is mostly down for the count. They've encompassed it from multiple different angles. Using the intelligence they gained from high above, they were able to plan their move. The enemy choosing to stay static in this case, waiting for them to act. Unfortunately, they did not get the reaction plays that they wanted. In this case, we're going to see probably the Doom and Despair going down here. Yep. There's the Doom, there's the Despair, that's battle over, that is GG's scene here. So, going wide does have its merits in this case. Trying to play KG from multiple different angles, so that's quite an interesting one. We're going to hop back into the channel now and discuss with them for that. I'll just pull the guys up from the other one.
All ogling the monitor way up high.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Alright guys, you want to hop up to Daggers? We'll do post-game discussion.
Yeah.
Alright.
So wait, Marsh.
Okay, that was
That was an interesting one there, as we got kind of this odd standoff. There was initially like some first blood taken as, I believe it was it Letdown, I think, who got hit first?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that like initial hit, and then it's kind of the odd standoff as everyone tries to find out what angle they can push. The early warning radar going up top, giving you the intelligence, and then it's kind of like very scary, like enveloping grasp from all different angles as the torpedoes flew out.
Yeah, and that dropped down and hit a couple people.
Yeah, I gotta say, Noodle, you were the luckiest son of a bitch out there because those torpedoes ran out of fuel like 5 meters from your face.
I know, I saw that. Yeah. Well, funny thing is, the other like 3 that hit me did 0 damage. They didn't kill anything.
The warheads are tiny on those.
Like all they did was kill a berthing and like a thruster. Like that was it. Like I was lucky.
No, you know what I want to know? Where the fuck do you guys come from at the end?
Oh, we went underneath. We came from the
so
bottom
you were
of the map.
hiding behind the rock, right? You were hiding behind the rock, which let me just go down low, right?
Yeah.
And then I could sneak around the side, and then you were all just right there, and I fired all of my torps.
And I took all of your attention because I dropped down within range, so everyone started dumping on me. And as soon as like I did that, he's like, "I got my opening," and he went in.
Right.
Yeah,
because you were all distracted.
I followed right behind.
Yeah, we were all looking at them. So when you dropped in, we didn't see you until we were already taking damage.
Yeah, it was
like
too close to the rock, so I couldn't fire my missiles without just smacking into the rocks.
Gotta say, the early warning takes up a lot of points and a lot of power on my ship, so I can't do much else. But like, it's so useful.
It's very interesting seeing the different strats that everyone's kind of started to adopt. Like, I look at some of the builds, I see people with like 2, sometimes even 3 basic CICs just to spread them out across the ship, a bunch of large lockers for restore chaining and stuff. It's really cool to see that and like the situational awareness kind of investment, because getting a scryer on a spyglass lets you know what's coming and then how to counterplay it. Then you have to also like realize that, oh, okay, I can panic dump my chaff to like deal with a semi-active homing, but at the same time, there's more torps, and monitors carry a lot of torps in this.
And I don't carry a lot of chaff because I ran out. That's why I started getting hit.
I mean, I knew that would happen, and I still told him to panic dump anyway, because I have been running semi-actives, and I have seen that, like, 2 just not enough. So I knew he was going to take some hits down the road, but that was his only choice.
Yeah.
No, what really threw me off is when I got hit by active radars, even though I threw like 3 shafts down.
Yeah, there is a chance for like actives to still decide that you are the favored radar target in that case. So,
sure, that's why I turned my radar and X-Men off as well, and I like put my thrusters down for the wake valve. I did everything I could.
And something I'm surprised, how didn't that semi-active go after more? Didn't go more after that flares.
So I dropped like 8.
Semi-actives, yeah, they're more resistant to chaff than active radar homing.
I thought semi-active was more vulnerable to chaff.
Yes and no, depending what's happening. So in the case where we saw Major Letdown ship the Jan Haas do its little run across, what ended up happening there was the ship popped chaff, but because it had been moving so fast, the chaff cloud was static and left behind. So the semi-active, in that case, it just never had the chaff cloud illuminated, so it would never consider it a target.
Right. Spotlight gaming, especially at this close range, right? Because we all have torps that have like maybe 7 kilometers tops, right? So the spotlight has such a narrow beam that at 6 kilometers, it's just not going to hit your chaff. So, like, yeah.
It's a very interesting game. All right, we got quite a few people here. I heard Lone Wolf had kind of called it for the night. Do we feel like doing another lobby?
Yo,
I'm down for another lobby. I'm calling it for that night.
Okay, I'm just going to call it Submarine Combat. Anyone who wants to hop in can do that.
Said I missed the main event.
This is still the main event going on.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was super big.
I mean, we're still getting a pretty good match in, so welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who wants to join, password's 123, I believe. So yeah, just hop on in. We'll keep doing this. It is really interesting watching like the different strats you all have come up with and the plays you're trying to make to counter each other.
Can you see our fleet comps?
In Spectator, I cannot, but when I get into a game, I kind of talk about it a little bit and just take a little quick look through when I do initial drops there. So.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want, I don't mind like sharing screen and stuff, showing people who want to look at it.
Yeah, it should work.
It's not impressive.
Retrofitted my fleet a little bit. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, I'm like frantically changing stuff around in Fleet Editor.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
Mine too. Yeah.
Okay, I will say this. Some people in my Twitch chat have been talking about Conquest mode. This is kind of interesting because this feels a lot like you'll get for the intelligence in Conquest mode, where you're trying to adapt to what the enemy's doing, and that's a really cool gameplay style thing.
Oh, I can't wait for Conquest mode because the logistics side of it. An early game in the Conquest, I imagine like this because like you only have many ships.
It's going to be like, what does the enemy have? Just what random crap have they brought to the battlefield? And then how do you quickly adapt? Because like you can end up just having nothing to counter it. Like you just didn't have a Dazzler because you didn't expect EO or something.
Well, also, it's like the way the devs described it could be also like people show up as neutral and you have to find targets. So like you could also have like stuff where you're sneaking through ships, through supply lines, behind enemy lines, doing strikes. I don't know.
Yeah, there's just a very different style of warfare than the kind of 3Ks that we see right now. Because we've just toyed like with, okay, let's be real. This is a very specific custom game mode. But just throwing like a little wrench in the kind of common 3K skirmishes you get for Neb, that makes it very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even with Conquest, you won't necessarily be running 3K versus 3K.
Exactly. You could end up having to like run a small formation of tugs as a raid against like, say, I don't know, like 3 Solomons or something.
Yeah.
800 versus 12K.
Yeah, pretty Zaki much. Lucky, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Pull up chair.
If those 800 points happen to be S3Hs, you might have a shot, you know?
Yeah. It's also then the question of like, what are you going to do? Because like, sure, you might not have like very much power with 1,000 points of tug, But if there's that like new tender ship hiding at the back corner of the map,
Yeah. Go
Circle
and
around.
run
Faction
away.
locked.
right, so the way we're doing this is a little different than the main server. So, or I say main server, we discovered that turning off uniform team factions is kind of cool because you get some people who bring like early warning, some people bring Dazzler, some people bring the golf ball and stuff. And it's this interesting emergent gameplay we've got. So I'm just leaving it like that. We're doing one victory, capture the flag. So if you grab the enemy's flag and make it back to your base, that is a victory for you. And I will say this, the second game we played was incredibly close, and I think this is probably the rule set we're just going to go with for it. So you might have to adjust your comps accordingly in that, so communicate with each other. We'll just kind of move you off into fire teams when you're ready to go, and go from there, yeah.
I think I just finished updating mine.
Team 2, do we want to move to another channel?
Rocket?
Yeah, let's say Team 2's
Yeah,
been
let's
running.
go to Rocket.
Alright. Rocket.
All right,
Let's
see.
got
On second monitor, now setup means you can watch Nebulous stream. Oh, that's great. Rory, that's your name. Yeah, how you doing, Rory?
Yeah.
Like, we're fucked.
I don't.
Let's see.
I don't have enough
Sorry, I
HP
didn't
on
have
set
the
up
monitor.
there.
Yeah. If someone brings EOs and monitors don't bring Dazzlers, they're fucked, really.
And then somebody's got
This is a map with a lot of cover. Like I had EO shot
Doing well. It
at
took a
me
few weeks to
last
set up the
game,
new
and
build
there
back
was
on the
no
Commodore grind.
massive
Oh, that's good.
but I
I'm
was
working
very
my way there
close to
myself.
rock,
I think
so
I'm like
it's good.
70% of the way to Commodore, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. That said, once I get the infamous golden butter bars on that, then it's going to be very annoying finding games. They're like, oh no, he's a gold, he's good.
He can
Chat,
leave, or he can become
I
a
wish.
spectator, or Nekoboy can join Team 2.
Yep, I can hop into Team 2 and do some torpedo-y shenanigans there, so. If we are all ready to go, then yeah, I'm
Whoa.
going to dip down to the other channel.
Wait a minute. What the hell is that fleet? How did you get that?
Oh, that's my litter boxes. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's 10 almonds filled with sand.
It's litter boxes.
You get that many points? Like,
Yeah, so
straight
Sarissa
up,
ammo-
how do you get that many points?
Sarissa ammo is
Where is
incredibly
it?
expensive for its.
There's the
Hello,
point.
Team Rockets. I'll be joining you today.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Good to have you.
My ship is a little bit taxed.
I am going to
on
run a
power,
little ad
but
intermission
I'm
here
bringing
at
a bulwark
Twitch,
on
so
this.
that way we don't get anything during the game, because it could
Okay,
draw out for a
I'm
little
gonna
I'll
bit.
just be turning
We'll
that
be back
off
after whatever
until,
message they throw you. I'll just keep the stream up instead of the AFK stream. Yeah. It's just our little pre-gaming thing, so that way we don't get interrupted.
Up my missile range to 8.5k from my act ARADs, and commands are 6.1. And I have more missiles now. So this is
Should I
looking
bring a
good.
decoy container?
Honestly, I don't
used
think it's
for
the
it.
terrible idea, but at the same time, it can
Truly?
get scouted out by a missile, so.
If you put
Actually,
it in
that
early,
might be a meta trick.
if you're playing against me and you do that, it would be good because I would lock onto it with my early warning and not see the rest of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But unless they're running early warning, yeah, it could
Wait,
work.
hang on a second. I just had a thought.
Throw 2 decoys out, bait a bunch of missiles,
Yeah,
and now they're down a bunch of missiles, and we haven't even spent anything.
that sounds solid, honestly. I mean, you lose a weapon point for like dazzling or jamming, but
Because I need to check the rolls again.
no,
Is
you can
there
run
a rule
containers.
saying it has to be
Torpedoes are the
torpedoes,
only
only allowed
allowed
offensive?
offensive
Okay,
weapon.
so
Yes,
you are allowed
I-
decoy containers for sure.
Non-torpedo AMMs are prohibited.
Mm-hmm.
Decoys aren't AMMs.
No, they say you
Including
can use
decoy containers,
decoys.
are specifically allowed.
Yeah, you can use decoys. You can't use mines. You can't use container missiles.
Okay, hear me out.
I'm
We
gonna
take-
need a buddy because I am giving up.
You can sit
I
with
am-
me. I want to sit up top with my early warning, and I have 8.5k range, so
Yeah.
you can
I have no
bloodhound.
chaff now, so I will need a buddy.
I got 23 on my chaff,
That'll do.
so that's maxed.
I'm trying to balance my missile load now. Okay, it's weird and uneven, but it'll do.
Yeah, because with a
Just like
bloodhound,
me
you're
for
gonna
real.
want clear sight, dude.
Okay. So, should I bring... I'm bringing clipper decoys, because I think they'll be quicker.
Well, the thing is, if it's quicker, it won't match the
Yeah,
speed of a
that's-
destroyer. I was thinking mine ship, because unless they have an intel suite, which they take
It'll
most of their
look-
points on, it won't.
Yeah.
It'd be the
As
same
long as
speed.
you
want to
just
make
pop
these
it
chat.
from cover at the right time.
I
It'll
feel
look
like ARAD's
convincing.
kind of a waste.
Yeah.
Home on jams.
It's just as soon as we launch and as soon as we spawn, launch them so they can get ahead of us,
Mhm.
and then make them look like how you would run your ship if you were trying to rush down
So
a
I've got
point.
10 points freed up now, so I can do some
And just space them
investments
out,
here.
so it looks like there's 2 people running.
I need to rebalance the missile load again.
Wake Seeker Primary. I do like these because they could potentially sniff out drives and force the enemy to stay still. Sometimes I'm pretty happy with these Act Wake, Magic Homing. Maybe.
Cheese build.
Maybe I do go Command. A call.
Is the Bloodhound worth it, honestly? Probably. Having a backup radar is nice.
I mean, I was
You don't
running
want
just early warning and it was working with the command. Like
Maybe
1
I'll
out of
just
2.
go with like
I got,
a
like 50% most of the time.
Wake Primary
Yeah,
with like an Act backup kind of deal. That can work.
Bloodhound got knocked out, so.
Ooh, this is a dumb
Yeah,
idea.
that happens. Well, I run it.
This is a very dumb idea.
The
This is
Brickmaster,
going to
the
be something.
cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wake Seeker with a validator there. So we're going to accept unvalidated. So it will still detect wake
8.5K
signatures.
range.
But
Yeah.
like if it has a flare, this might discriminate. This is going to be a funny one. All right, so we're going to do the funny.
Neko's a spectator.
Yep, hang on a sec. I'm just editing my fleet thing going back here. I am actually going to be playing on Team 2 this time, so.
Awesome.
Yep, we got
Good
a
to have you.
5v5 going, so.
I'm bringing way more E-War equipment than I'm used to using, so. Here we go.
Reinforced. I can maybe zombie this. We're going to find out. Crew vulnerability 60% still hurts a lot, though. Alright. Save as. Alright, let's do this. This is going to be an interesting game, which
I
is
love
what I've
your
said about
parent,
everyone.
Neko.
It's the big subby, okay?
Always finding new ways to disappoint my parents. That is so me.
Oh, you're talking about my profile. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said
That
it could
is
be anything, so I became an internet catboy.
Mood. I know how you feel. I
Thanks.
built a jet engine in my dorm my freshman year of college, and all my parents don't like me.
What? What do we have? We've got Elance.
Bottom of the boat.
All right.
TLS. We have an
Get this
interrupt
going.
jammer.
What do you got? Emmy?
No. nothing
Logi
else.
ship hull classifications is AOR,
no,
replenishment
I'm trying
oiler, and no OSP will get one, so we'll just have to wait. Yeah, it sounds like the way they're doing it is they build it for ANS, and then they kind of copy stuff over that works onto the OSP side, and then reflavor it as such. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a tender
Actually,
ship,
I'm gonna add a
so
little bit more.
whether it's like a ANS-shaped one or an OSP-shaped one, it
I'm
kind of
not
does the same thing.
I'm gonna drop the warhead size on my command.
I think what we should try and do is pair off the monitors with a keystone each, so we can get better E-War coverage.
Yeah.
Because we will just get murdered by EO otherwise.
You guys all have Dazzlers? Pog.
Oops, all Dazzlers.
What?
Someone has to make it a meme now.
Yeah, anyone who's not bringing a Dazzler on a
Oops,
monitor,
it's all
put one on,
Dazzlers.
please. I beg you.
I think it's kind of cool because like you put the Dazzler on the nose and the monitor, and then like on the Keystone you get like your golf ball as well. So you have those like soft kill suites set up, and you can run those in tandem. That could work very well.
Exactly.
Right on the front of mine. Oh.
Alrighty, Noodle, if you want to just mop up, we're just waiting on you.
Sorry.
Fill the racks.
Be funny if OSP1 couldn't refill VLS.
Okay, I got it.
I mean, it would
I'm
make
running
sense, like the
20
OSP1
of
wouldn't
23
need to
chat
refill
on that 800
VLS.
again.
Oh, no, okay, they've got the SL. The SL has VLS slots.
I mean, it's
yeah.
where my mistake.
That would make sense.
The poor suckers.
So you're
at
AFK, gonna
Ithaca
ignore that guy who
Graveyards
said he
having
had a
to
jet engine?
refit all of
Yeah,
these
I mean,
ships
it's just a little thing you do
this.
sometimes. I know how to build jet engines, technically. All right, let's get
What
this
do
going.
you mean corrosion-resistant hull panels?
It doesn't corrode. Simple.
They just got some copper, and they said, "Hey, put this on there." Actually, copper does corrode. It'd be
Copper does corrode, but it will corrode instead of everything around it. So
exactly.
yeah. So you literally put copper on something, and the copper grows instead of the thing you want to protect.
It's like why they put washers and stuff on certain things, so that they are the things that go away when it decides to rust instead of like the essentials on the component.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's aluminum. Like aluminum oxidates, but it doesn't like corrode normally. Like
it kind of does. Aluminum is a little weird. It gets like a layer over the top, which protects the rest of it.
Yeah, the oxide layer.
And if you scratch that, then it can like break stuff.
Yeah.
Here's my plan. So, bearing 180, there's a giant flat plane with a trench that runs up to the enemy base.
It's a bit of a walk, and we have tried that route before, and it ended up with us getting missiled, but...
Yep.
I mean, you have early warning, though. I can
set a
get up
flank
top.
on the...
We have an EWR. I pulled the EWR stuff down because last time I just saw dude get sniped.
You want to play like carefully
That
with the
might
range on
happen
that, because
now.
you need to be close enough to detect them, but still far enough away that their missiles won't hit you. I think the max range you can get for these, like with a size 2 warhead, is 9.4 kilometers, I want to say, so you can play around that.
I'm bringing
Yeah.
some of the size 1, I think.
I made mine size 3 because I didn't want to get too small because I still want payload. So mine's
Yeah.
around 8.5.
I think size 2 is like the smallest you want to go, because that's about the amount you'd hit with like a size 2 missile.
Yeah, it's not a component or two, but
I mean, don't get me wrong, these things aren't exactly that tough either, so...
well, with a size 2 warhead, you don't have enough armor to break through a penetration to break through. I don't think.
I think monitors have, I want to say it's
Definitely
48
killed things with
centimeters.
size
I'm
1
pretty sure
Oh,
they
so
can
that's
go
enough
through.
to go through then. Yeah, it's enough to go through. I don't know why I thought it was 80.
I mean, it can feel like 80 some days when you're trying to shoot them.
True. All right, time to start sweeping.
Okay.
I am a Roomba.
Well, great. Now you just made me imagine just like a little mini monitor just going around the hallways of spaceships cleaning up messes.
That is my ship. That's me.
So, do these spaceships have some sort of grav drive, or are they all floating around in there?
What space?
I think
my bad.
that they are supposed to have gravity. I think that's a little bit nebulous in terms of lore.
What? The name drop!
The name drop!
Awaiting your orders, Commander.
I'm trying to simulate an orbit flight path real quick.
I know one scientist friend of mine just like, oh, they should have the ships like stacked vertically, so it's basically like a skyscraper tilted on its side, and then you like go up and down that way for it. Just, you know, like gravity you get when you hit the drives and stuff. And then I in turn calls her a nerd, so I don't know.
Based?
You ever seen Terra Invicta?
Yeah.
Seen it, never played it.
It's fun.
Ships in that are pretty interesting. They're long tubes. They're thin
Makes sense.
and heavily armored.
I mean, if you make the tube spin fast enough, it
Yeah, you can
gives
get artificial
same-
gravity kind of feel. What's that, Babylon
Yeah.
5, I think the space station did that style?
Yeah, but you need like at least a 2-kilometer range for it to not cause nausea in people for some reason.
Coriolis effect stuff.
Sorry, what is that missile launch, Alpha? What was that?
What?
The missile knows where it
I
is.
just saw like a dotted red line that was like all squiggled up at the end. It looked like
Oh, that was me making it pretend to orbit.
Ah, I see. Oh, Orbulous.
So it'll orbit for a bit and then fly towards them.
Makes sense.
Quiet. Command's on the line.
Orbulous fleet command.
Come on, we know we don't play this game for the actual game. We play it so we can sit in lobbies and look at people,
so-
go back into the editor, and make us all wait for 50
Yeah, no,
minutes.
we should all just Alt F4 right now. Go back to the lobby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
back
know,
to
the
the
lobby is
editor.
so fun, we decided we'd do it again, yeah.
Yeah.
Just sit in the editor for
We-
6
we-
hours,
we
like I
decided
do
to
every
go
night.
back every
It occurs to me I should freaking hide after I fired those.
So I'm just kind of thinking now, like, it wouldn't be unreasonable to get a container, like, decoy thing, just having that as, like, oh, it's a line ship, or, oh, it's a clipper. I mean, it wouldn't make, like, not sense to make them feeders, too, right?
I wish that how you
really
can
wish
make
they were
container
configurable.
missiles, you should make container mines. You should be able to make your own container decoys.
Yeah, just, like, a third
Those
type
should
of
all just
container.
be
Like, we've got the
warheads
regular
that OSD has
container, we've got the
access to.
support. What if, like, they just rework the support so it's, like, a module in there instead, where it's like, this
Yeah.
is, like, requiring the big slot. It's, like, this is a line decoy ship or something.
Yeah, make it a
Like, it could be
resizable
locked to the
bar.
container missile. It just... I don't know. I'd like to have mines that I could deploy out of a torpedo, too.
Okay, that's pushed
Yeah.
it a little bit.
Just like
rockets.
You can change each front slot with one.
Okay, actually,
So, like, you
exploding
launch them-
submunitions for like a torpedo, that's not
No, consider,
completely
right?
off,
A
right?
zero-range torpedo, cold
Around
launch,
the
it just
Halo mod,
pops
they do
out
that.
and fires.
Or like you can spotted.
For
We don't
every
wanna right
3
flank this
units
time.
of payload, you get a mine on a tier 3 torpedo.
They're moving really fast though. I'm thinking decoys.
Those could also be sun-drived, so...
True.
What are our orders, Commander? What are our orders?
Maybe
They might
it's
be
them.
going for base rush.
We hear you.
Keep in mind, if we had the idea of decoys, then they probably do too.
Yeah.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I haven't seen anyone doing this, and I haven't
Commander.
heard of
I have been detected.
Then it's probably them. Yeah, I
Lighting them
infected
up.
too.
it.
Got early warning somewhere out there.
Course laid in.
I want to say that 6486 is alive. Gonna fire a missile at
Hunker
it to
down
find out.
because you guys are outrunning the decoys.
Let's see him try to get
Try to
Fire
keep them
scouting missile.
spotted as well.
That's not the side I thought it was. Okay, that's fine.
We're underway.
We're gonna keep the illusion up.
We might not be fooling them, and I did just fire a missile at them to find out, so...
I'm full spotted right now, so they know I'm here.
Yep.
Let's see. How good is Flak in the game? Flak, depending what you're doing, is quite good or not. In this case, we are playing a
There we
very
go, they're launching
specific custom
missiles.
game, so... Alright, let's see. What do we got here? Drive sniffer time. Let's take a look-see at you.
Those are headed.
My EO's still
One's
on.
headed towards me.
Alright, let's see if this thing detects them or not. size, so yeah, I can jam that.
Firing
no problem.
on 6486.
Where are you going?
The November is in fact real. Dump on that.
Let's see him try to get away from these. Course laid in.
I can't jam that EO on anymore. I think it should be past you though. Oh, maybe not. Fuck, sorry.
We hear you, Command. Course
Hit.
laid in.
Yeah, we have to keep the jammers forward facing.
Let's go. Turning up the engine.
I'm dead in the water. Oh no.
Yo.
Can you repair drives?
You heard the orders.
Yeah, I can. It'll just take a minute, but.
I got a lock on the flag bearer. It looks like it's gonna hit. Oh, maybe not.
Firing missiles.
They fired missiles at the decoy. Nice.
Oh, command's coming in.
For that decoy, those
Oh.
might have gone for me.
Oh, my command missiles missed. Hit a rock.
What are our orders, Commander?
Okay, let's just get our stuff reloaded and go from there. I'm being jammed here, so I can't get a great lock. That said, don't think those are gonna hit either. No, doesn't look like it. Active radar with wake valve. Unfortunately, not finding them. Damn. I can see his drive firing, which is rather annoying, but oh
Command's
well.
on the line.
We're just gonna choose to bloop this thing in a second here.
Commander.
Let's see, we'll go with some of these. It should be in range. Fire for effect. Yeah. Meow souls away. Only firing 2 of them, unfortunately, because I kind of forgot what seekers I had. Anyways,
Alright,
gonna
engines
fire
about
on
to
that
go
thing.
back
I'm gonna
up.
turn off the flanks because I don't think I need it. These are pretty long range. I think I can deal with
Flag bearer's
most of
going
the
out. I
stuff.
got commands coming in.
Got these jamming types going off. Let's see, which one is going after me? That's going after... Okay, the decoy ship down low looks like it baited some of them, so...
We hear you, Command.
I'm gonna try and move back a little bit, use my extra range here. Come on, November.
We hear you, Command.
Come on, Saw, home on jam, let's go. It's good. Okay, I got a hit on the green November. Let's go, right in the snoot.
Nice.
Command's on the line.
My command's
Oh, the
missed.
decoys.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Okay. I'm gonna come actually help now.
Looks like we're being jammed. I'd hate to be on the other
Just keep
side
me an
of
offset
those.
lock on that, and we'll be good.
We'll be there before you know it. We're holding
That's
our
all 4, right? At our base.
I think so. Looks like it.
Awaiting your orders, Commander. Aye, aye, Commander. You heard the orders.
Hopefully the decoy going at their flag will
Jamming your
give them a
target.
little panic attack.
Yep, this is all good. No!
As
Damn it!
Drunken Ocean comes up.
Thought I had that. Oh well. Okay.
Yes, Commander. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yo, we don't have enough power.
Flag
Crap.
bearer, November.
Awaiting your orders, Commander. Yes, Commander.
Cancel firing these out.
See if they hit or
Get
not.
our stuff fixed. Oops.
They look good though.
Alright, what do I still have power for? Fire a couple drive sniffers at them at least. Try that. Yeah. I'm getting heavily hit here. I can't really do much about it though.
Missed.
No! Panic dump time! Tragedy reactor hit. Yeah, I thought I had chaffed it. Unfortunately not. My EO Dazzler is just not good right now. No! Just don't have any power left. Ouch. Wonk. I do lose one of my launchers there. I'm just gonna dump whatever I can, I think. Yep. Down to just chaff checkers. Darn it. Okay, let's see. These are gonna maybe chase after him. We'll find out.
Talk to us.
Might not have range here, unfortunately. Just need to try and get my stuff fixed back up. The mags are fine. We'll just try and see what we can fix it. I need that boosted reactor back up, and they're probably not gonna let me get it. Let's see. So that ship is hanging out down there for a second. They did a very good base rush in this case. These Wake Seekers should pick them up, I would hope. No, they must have disabled. Okay, I'm going to give an attack marker on that thing so I know where it is roughly. What can I actually hit is the question here. Okay, let's see. Can I dazzle this thing? Unfortunately, do not have the power to do it. Trying to get the reactor back up, but unfortunately, needed to definitely get a redundant reactor in this thing. It's going to hurt in a second. Yo! We don't even have our chaff box. Oh no. I might be toast here, guys. I got missiles on me.
No.
Owie. Okay, never mind. It didn't actually hit anything critical, but...
What do you want?
Okay, what can I still fire with? I still got the MLS, and I can restore those. These only have a little bit of missiles left in them. Probably not worth it. This is the big one, so I do want that. There we go. Don't need to fix that. Just need to fix these.
Talk to us.
I am kind of dead in the water, screwed here, and I don't think I can do anything about it.
A component is destroyed.
Yeah,
I
my
just
command
fixed
is
that.
really good luck.
I'm so glad I
Unless it's a
increased the
bloodhound, I can't
reactor
do
to
much.
reinforce. All right, anyways, you can go ahead and fix that. Well, I'm down to one damage control team trying their best to cancel a reactor, so wish me luck, guys. They did a very good base rush against us here. Womp womp. Kind of wish that I had gotten more of my shots on target, but they had jamming covering me, so I just couldn't ever get that like big old size 2 dump. Yeah, because like these were direct pathing, so maybe I could point them at a point in space and like use the Hodge, but again, I just didn't exactly see where they were, so bit of a skill issue on my point. Oh, dang it. Cardboard box is down, boys.
Well, that means I'm next. Forward to the end.
Yep. They're making a great run with our flag. I think that's 8-Ball in the Green November who decided to go full YOLO for it. I did hit him for what it's worth. And they just played very good with their destroyer push. Need to play more of this. This is quite fun
I'm about
mode.
to hit 4565 with a missile.
Yep, you should still have a Wake Val on it. Yeah, it's firing. It's trying to get away. It's got to die.
Right
in the backside. Nicely done. It must have 2 drives because it looks like I think it's still moving.
Hitting 2 more at it. I want to hit the other keystone too as well.
Yeah. Yep. Poop it. You've got intercept pathing for that set, right? Yeah.
I might not be fast enough, but we'll see. We'll see.
2742 was a decoy. Okay, so yeah. If you can go over towards their base at the very least, you can try and intercept on that. Yeah, there he is. He's trying it. Get him.
Yeah, he's in range.
Kick his ass. Take his lunch money. He's definitely damaged.
Let's see what I can do.
And hit. There we go.
Getting
5277's about to have a bad day. Oh,
Yeah, the junk ocean's coming up on you. I think
Never
his
mind,
bottom
we'll go
torp turret might be out.
And that just burned
Ooh,
my armor out.
oh, well, there's that.
Thorny Coil's about to get hit.
Big City had. Thank you, Emmy. Whoa, my model is frozen from that. Uh-oh. Got so surprised by the drive debt. Let's see. I think the Green November is going to go down. It does not have jamming here. Those CMDs are good. Just got to watch out for the counter volley. It's semi-active homings only. Yep, those are good hits. Power's out on it. Those are just semi-active, so you can get out of the way, I think. Yeah, you're good. Oh, wait, hang on. There's one Actio in there. Yeah, you can't do anything about that anyways.
Down. I just hit his reactors.
That's... Oh. Cool. couple. Oh, okay. Couple activities.
5277 is probably dead. Their command bridge just went out.
Yep, I heard the alarms. Market is dead. Junk and Ocean is down.
Good, I got the kill then, but I'm out now. I've got no ammunition left.
Well, we've got monitors still. What's that? Alpha's Dredge, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You still got plenty of torps, right?
I have. I am down to 10.
I mean, 10 is enough to kill most things.
Yep.
Their flag bearer is heavily
command
crippled
guided,
at the very
though,
least.
Yeah.
I got 16 left.
I hope I fired these in range.
I'm moving to
9.4
get
kilometers, I think, is max. Hopefully. Looks like it's just barely.
Yeah, all my missiles keep locking you on 5277. I don't know why.
It's still a valid target, I believe.
One switch target's good. Both dead. Nice.
Oh, dang it. The Green November is alive again, just trying to move. I don't think it has any weapons left, but it does still have our flag.
I'm moving in range, hopefully. I'm trying to catch up.
I'm about to crest.
I'm about to hit Red October if I can, or is it about to make me miss? Nope.
It's popping. Dang it.
Yeah,
Chaff.
I missed.
Still, he's popping a lot of chaff for it. Heads up, Major. You got incoming EO. Not much you can do about that.
The best I can. I got nothing to respond to it with. That was gonna hit.
Ouch.
That's it.
Noodle, do you have anything up top that you can throw down?
Yeah, I'm moving towards base load intercept.
Go.
I got 16 missiles, I think, still.
Nice.
Don't suit have anything.
Poopa, do you have any missiles that you can get to that Capper dead with the Green November? It's pretty wounded.
3.
We're gonna have to take that thing out, 'cause otherwise they're gonna go right for their cap. We got like one shot
I need
at
a
this.
Bloodhound.
I can hit it with a Bloodhound as soon as.
Yeah, as soon as it comes around that corner, we're gonna have to time this really well and get on it.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the Bloodhound pointed at it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm flanking.
I give you an attack marker, but unfortunately I'm dead.
I have a range of 8,500 though, so I need to.
Just burn flank, go for it. Try and intercept.
And moving my early warning.
He's definitely got a beeline for the base. I think that if we get torps out fast enough, we'll be able to hit him.
My torps are at the slowest setting, but hopefully.
Yeah, just like in terms of launch times and stuff, though. I want to say that Red October is crippled. Did anyone see if we hit that or not? I don't think it actually got hit.
Oh,
there it is now. Lock it.
I don't have range.
Green November, quick, get him.
No range.
Need
no
that
range.
Bloodhound now. Alright, dump the CMD torps. We need to swing the thing in time.
I don't have range. I do now. They're out.
Power.
See if they go in time.
If they hit.
I don't think so. Damn. Now they're just gonna get that cat. That was a great rush by them. Kind of sad because I realized too late that I had home on jams. I could have thrown just like YOLO yub-nubbing into them. Darn.
Oh, they missed stuff on me. Just missed.
That'll be game. Okay. Yeah, good rush by them. Interesting playstyle.
Yeah.
I mean, they did fall for our container decoy at one point. Let's hop up to the... Where's that lobby?
Daggers.
Daggers. Yep, let's go. Yeah, well played. Good rush.
Let's go. Let's go.
Someone post the game results.
Green November for the win.
If you want to see game results, I've got my Twitch stream up right now. You can hop into and see.
Where?
You can click my profile, or it's in the Neb Streams category thing.
Let's see. What was... Okay.
Yeah, I got clobbered super early on there.
So I lost... Get clubbed. I lost my drive, right? And I didn't have any restores. But I had a second drive.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I was just thinking of...
Wait, were you guys playing mixed team the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went for double prowler. It was okay. Double prowler.
That's very slow.
My radar signature was a sprinter. Honestly, they should let you take quad
You just can't
prowler
move.
Solomon into this game. Quad prowler Solomon should have been an option. Changed my mind. Yeah.
Well, we can always do different modes. I think I'm going to call it for my stream here, just ending off there because I've been doing this for about 3 hours. I need to go do some other stuff. But y'all are welcome to host a lobby and keep playing and whatnot.
Just put 4 Prowlers on a Solomon. It's a really small ship, don't worry.
Very small, very small ship.
Anyways, thank you everyone for coming out and playing in that. Great games all around, very interesting game mode, and just seeing how y'all kind of like adapted with it over time.
Yeah, thanks for setting this up.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I can't take full credit for setup. I just kind of offered, hey, Lone Wolf, you want me to run like second lobby? He said, okay. So yeah, Lone Wolf did the original like kind of event planning organization thing. So go give him some love in that. And yeah, anyways, I've been NekoboyBlue. I've got a Twitch stream up for this. I'm gonna end my stream here, probably raiding off into somebody else. And then if you guys want to go back and watch the VOD, the second game in particular, once people figured it out, is incredibly close, and I highly recommend that. I might cut that up and make like an upload so people can watch that later. And yeah.
Sounds good.
Anyways, until next time, Nebulous community, bye. All right, so with that said, we're going to go ahead and probably raid into someone. I'm going to open up Twitch and see who is live right now. Doing stuff. Let's see. Okay, well, we got a couple of different people I know playing games. We got some people playing Mech Warrior, some people playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, some people playing Minecraft. I think that, what do we kind of feel like, chat? We got a couple different options here. We got Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Mech Warrior, somebody's playing Halo 3 ODST, Minecraft, some of these other things. Another person I kind of sort of interact with is playing Last Epoch. I don't know what that game is, though, but do we have any particular preferences, or should I just pick one? Say it now. Cast ye vote now, or forever hold ye peace, and whatnot. Should do more Shakespeare. Did do theater when I was back in high school, and a little bit of kind of stuff related in college and that. So it's quite a lot of fun. Recommend that to people. Anyways, I'll tell you what, Archivist has been a good friend of mine and done some cool things, so we're gonna go raid them. Okay? Alright. So, yep. Anyways, I've been NekoboyBlue. This has been a very fun stream, and I should definitely get to cutting that second game out, because it is a great showcase of just the custom mode we made here. And yeah, until next time, I guess follow my Twitch and my Twitter and my YouTube and stuff. You'll see notifications when I go live and do things. And yeah, until next time, good night, everyone.